Low.
Nope, just you.
It's your shitty Alienware.
Hello and welcome to Three Guys, One Cup. I am Dave Mankoff.
I am Brett Kaminsky.
Andrew Nopinski.
And I'm Edgar.
Hi, Edgar. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. Let me pause this dubstep. Silence. It's golden.
And deadly if you're around Andrew.
It is.
Not everybody's a Skrillex fan.
No,
That wasn't
not
even
everybody.
Skrillex.
No, it's not. It's just some random
some
commercial-free stuff that we can use so they won't sue us. You can go to geekify.tv and click on our banner for On It and buy their wonderful, awesome,
total primate
titty-laden products. Their products may not actually have tits in them, but it's possible that they do.
Their On It podcast last week had some tits on it.
It did, yes. I can't remember her name, though.
I don't either. Some Asian karate chick.
I feel like if you use
And that's
this,
not a racist thing at
No,
all.
it's not.
It's totally true.
if you use this product, you somehow will end up with a pair of tits. Not yourself, but like possibly someone with nice tits would want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I also take the T+, which is their testosterone, not enhancer, because that sounds like it's like
Supplement.
supplement, thank you, because it just brings your testosterone to the level it should be, because most American men are low.
Right.
Thanks to all the estrogen and all of the stuff that we eat.
Yeah, it washes away some estrogen. It builds your testosterone to a level your body can handle. Like, it lets your body decide what it should be, which is pretty badass. I take that every other day and stuff. And we have their Primate Care, Total Primate Care, which is so awesome. You just take a packet a day. You don't even think about it. Packet in the morning, packet at night, you're good to go. Like, I don't even think anymore. I just open a
Lots
packet
of
and take it.
melatonin.
Well, we know you don't think anymore.
I don't. It's got some good stuff. Krill oil's in there. It's got their alpha brain. It's got all that cognitive enhancing shit. We're going to get your brain on here, Edgar. So
Yeah.
we're
What
going
else
to turn
do
your
they have
brain
in there,
on.
Dave?
I might leave it a box today. I don't know.
You might leave some stuff. We might give you some things.
Cool.
Make your brain worky. So what's going on?
A lot.
A lot
Hawks game.
is on right now. We are doing the show even though there's a Hawks game on right now. It's game
That's
3.
Every
why I
dedication
will
to our
probably
craft.
be quiet.
Yeah, if we stop or yell or anything like that, it's because we are watching the Hawks game right now.
Game 3. LA's up 1-0. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left in the first.
So by the time to
Crawford
listen to
sucks.
this.
Hopefully someone breaks Quick's face.
Yeah, that'd be
That'd be
nice. Just punch him in the face. Last 2 games against the Kings have been absolutely amazing. They have dominated the last 2 games.
I feel like the Hawks have always done well in back-to-back games, though.
Yeah.
They were like
Yeah.
10-1-1 in the regular season or something like that during
At
back-to-back
home.
games.
Yeah, at
At
home.
home.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not doing too hot right now, but LA's also undefeated at home in the playoffs. So
7-0.
yeah, so there is that. But game's still early, so hockey's doing really good.
Hockey is amazing.
Oh, it's
and
the-
it's only going to be off the air for like 2.5 months.
Yeah, and then it's gonna be
just
back.
awesome.
Start right back up again.
And then the next season starts.
It's going to be
At
amazing.
this rate, by the time hockey's done, football will be starting.
Exactly.
True.
So you don't have that break period of nothing happening that sometimes can happen with this shit. What else is going on in the world?
LeBron James has flopped his way to another NBA championship.
What's basketball?
matchup.
Yeah. That sounds like a black man sport. We don't watch that.
But we have added some color to the show.
We did add some color to the show. High five.
What happened with the basketball game?
LeBron James just flopped all over the place like a fish out of water, and the refs gave him calls instead of calling fouls on him.
What
Get
team
off.
does he play for? I don't even know.
The Spurs.
The Heat?
The Heat.
Or the Pacers.
The Heat.
I don't know.
Dave got it right.
Spurs.
Mister, I don't know basketball. Got
I
it
just
right.
guessed. I just guessed it was Miami.
Dave secretly loves
I
basketball.
do. I secretly
all things
masturbate.
black men.
I secretly masturbate
like
to
guys
it.
all over the place.
You guys found me out.
Big
No,
flopping black meat logs.
exactly. Well, last week I didn't even know that the Bulls were out. I was like, "Oh, the Bulls." You guys are like, "They've been out for like 2 weeks."
Oh, yeah,
and
that
I'm
was
like,
funny.
"Oh, that's unfortunate for them." But yeah, so fuck basketball still.
Basketball is retarded.
Yeah.
So constitutional carry will not go into effect on the 9th of June. Lisa Madigan petitioned the
As a
appellate
cunt.
court for a 30-day extension for Governor Pat Quinn to be able to review the bullshit concealed carry law that the Senate and the House pushed through. That's full of all kinds of ridiculous shit, including it being 16 hours of training that you have to have. So, and then $150 fee every 5 years.
Do you agree? Do you agree or disagree?
I
with that?
disagree with that. It's horrid. Every other state is like 6 or 8 hours and like a $50 fee for 10 years. And there's all these other
I'm
restrictions.
not a fan of
on
the
carry.
fee, but I am a fan of the class.
So am I.
The
I
course.
like the class.
The class is a really good idea.
A lot of it too is it doesn't say how much. From what I remember about this bill is it doesn't say how much has to be class time and how much has to be range time. Because I've been looking into those
It
classes
says
already.
16 hours of class time.
Yeah, but a
No.
portion of that is range time.
Yeah, it's 16 hours of class, of like the class, but it could be 12 hours is in the classroom and 4 hours is in the range.
Here's my thing. If we are doing all these comparisons to a driver's license and cars and driving cars like a weapon, then like I don't really see a big deal with having the 16 hours because you have look how much you have to do for a car.
Yeah.
You know,
Now when we got our licenses, it was only 20 hours. I went and got my, it was 20 or 25 hours, something like that. And I went to the DMV because I forgot to renew mine and it expired, and I had to go back there and
fail.
and get it done. And there's this kid there getting his stuff like all situated to take his behind the wheel test. He had to have 100 and some hours behind the wheel.
Yeah, it's changed
Christ.
since we've been in high school.
It's insane.
That's a little excessive. I feel like
It's extremely excessive. And I personally find the fee ridiculous.
$150.
If you're out of state, it's $300. If you're a non-resident,
State
Why
needs
would
to
you
make
come
money.
here and get a gun license?
Yeah, isn't that
a lot
weird?
of people like if you get Florida and Utah, you can pretty
No,
much carry in every other state.
I
But
realize
we
that.
have no reciprocity, so if you want to be able to have it here as well, if you do a lot of business here, you get the license here, and it's $300.
Well, I mean, what's a good number then? You know what I mean? Like, where's
Most states is anywhere between 50 and 100.
Okay, yeah, but
We're
also
Illinois.
look at we're Illinois. Look at who's running this
Exactly.
state.
They're gonna find a way to make money off this.
Oh, I know.
And
Yeah,
that's what they're
it's-
gonna do.
Yeah.
It's horrible though.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I understand.
Okay,
Like,
here's the even bigger one. The only time reciprocity applies for people who have it out of state is if you're in your car.
what?
Yeah. If you're from out of state and you have like a Florida concealed carry license and you're in Illinois, you can only have your handgun on your person.
So if you're doing a
assembled-
drive-by, it's okay.
Yeah,
Drive-bys are
basically.
perfectly cool if you're from
Basically,
Florida.
it's you cannot concealed carry on the Metro, on CTA, on Pace, in public parks,
Right.
and like anywhere. But there was a stipulation that got reversed that any place that's revenue was over 51% alcohol that you couldn't carry.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
which is probably a smart thing if you think about it.
Bars and shit. Like, I don't really
Yeah.
want guys with guns in bars
Yeah.
right away. Now, what I think will happen is they will slowly, as like maybe 10 years down the line, they'll slowly retract that because
No,
if
that
you go,
that got removed.
oh, that got removed.
That got removed, which is a good thing because otherwise people are going to have to post how much business they do in alcohol.
yeah.
They'd have to have a sign saying we do 52% of our volume in alcohol.
But I
so we
worry
can't
about
carry
chaos.
it.
We worry about chaos going from a absolute zero gun state to everybody can carry now. You're like, whoa, like you
And
might
you're going to watch crime plummet.
Well, here's
not
the problem.
random
Here's
shootings
the problem.
increase.
Everybody thinks that they're like, oh, I'm that guy. Like, I can carry, and I'm cool, and I know what I'm doing with my weapon. I'm educated. But so does every other guy.
Yeah.
Okay? Or woman. And
Right.
the
That's
problem-
where this class will.
Wait. They're gonna allow women to carry guns too?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's scary, right?
fuck.
Well, here's the problem. If you're drinking, what are you capable of?
Right. You can't get in a car and drink
No.
and drive on the wrong side of the road. Like
So
that's
why
just
would
not,
you be able to carry a weapon?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
I should be allowed to defend myself no matter what. I'm defended in a car with all the shit that's around me.
So here's the problem. Is it not? I mean, there's a lot of things we do and we don't talk about it. Maybe you keep it on your person. Do you think they'll frisk you at the bar? You just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
And just like you can now, but this, and I think that
There's probably people with guns in bars now.
I'm
anyway.
sure there are, whether they're
surprise
like
me.
police officers that just forget or some, douchebag who's like, I'm just going to put my gun in here.
Wait, should we say the city of Chicago? Oh, look at that! Guns are illegal, but yet there's still a lot of gun crime.
They have like the second highest murder rate with guns.
The politicians
Yeah.
and the government need to stop with that. You can't compare the general public to the criminals and the outlaws and the people
Correct.
that don't
Yeah.
obey. Because if that's what you make it about, then we're never gonna have anything.
Right, because the people who are going to break the laws are going to break the laws.
Don't even-
The laws are there for good people like us. So I don't know. I don't really think that $150 is that like crazy bad.
if
I
it was
mean,
a 10-year permit, that wouldn't phase me.
but it's
5 year.
It's every 5 years you got to pay that.
Yeah, but if you break
But-
it down, it's $30 a year.
Yeah,
I
some
tell you
good
what,
math.
it's not a good thing, but I would pay it if it allowed me to carry.
Yeah.
right. I would.
Yeah,
too.
you don't really have a choice if Quinn signs it, but that's the thing. It's been sent to Governor Quinn, but he hasn't even said how he'll stand on it or anything. They're saying we probably won't actually see the bill enacted till the end of the year,
Awesome.
when it was supposed to be by like end of June. at the latest.
Well, that's when like the NRA will start, because I think wasn't there an ultimatum given to the state of Illinois?
yeah, by
Yeah.
June 9th, if
Yeah.
they didn't enact something.
By the way, I was just
constitutional
told by
carry,
somebody that it's only 50 hours you need minimum, but some schools and stuff require for driving. Sorry,
Oh, it's
for
like
driving.
guns. 50 hours is getting a little
No.
insane.
50 hours, that's a fucking week.
For some schools they require over 100 hours, but the state itself is a minimum of 50 hours. Sorry, I kind of just
I know who that came from. Thank you.
yeah right.
This kid had over 100. He said.
Wow.
That was
Yeah.
insane.
Maybe
Well-
he was really bad.
Yeah, you could
Either that or his mom was insane.
maybe like every time you fail, they're like, well, now you got to get 100 extra
Yeah.
hours. You know.
Do you guys remember taking driver's ed? Do you want to know what my driver's ed was? And I probably shouldn't say this. My football coach got a bunch of us players, and he would sign our slips, and all we would do was drive around in the little. It was like a minivan. It was a Pontiac Vibe, I think.
Those things are awesome.
And basically, we would drive around, pick up his dry cleaning. We would go to the park, look at girls walking their dogs.
You know
We-
why not though? I
We
mean,
went to Kmart, and by 6 o'clock, he had us all home, and then he would drive the car back, and we were done. We did this every day for a week for like 3 months, you know, when we didn't have practice. And then we got our driver's license.
and you know what though? Like I don't really disagree because you're still driving. Like it's not like he's like, now we're gonna drive in the parking
That's
lot.
how you're
Oh, right.
actually going to drive.
Exactly.
It's
Oh, he would
practical.
scream at us, and we wouldn't get to listen to the radio, but it was bizarre. I mean, no one
Right.
felt comfortable. Believe me, no.
Yeah, I could imagine
Is
like
he going
going
to
to pick
take
up
us
his
behind the shed?
running his fucking errands and shit, and he's you know
Pretty much. I would have done it if I was a coach. Why not?
why not? He knows you guys aren't gonna tell.
Exactly.
You know.
He was doing us a favor, so. yeah.
Exactly.
Thanks,
That is
Coach.
hilarious. Yeah, it's definitely changed since we got it. But I don't think that's too bad. I don't know what it should be, but I mean, why not have it $150 and make a little bit, have the state make a little bit of money on it?
Yeah, because we all know. Well, the state will probably piss the money away like they do now with everything.
Potentially.
they will.
Because they're having a little trouble with monies. But,
Yeah.
you know,
Just a little.
You mean like the city of Chicago closing down 50 schools and a hospital?
yeah, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, and the $100 million that they're dumping in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what they're dumping the money into.
It's
It's like a college stadium or something.
Yes,
like that.
yes,
Closed 50 schools.
A
and are
public
putting
college
100
stadium.
That those kids will never go to.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
I heard
downtown
about
when
that
they
today.
were walking the streets.
Yeah.
What was it, like 3 months ago? It was actually pretty wild.
Did they
'cause-
ever say what school it's for?
It's the Chicago Public Schools. They're just closing 50 of the.
No,
No,
stadium.
for the
Oh,
stadium.
the stadium. Oh no, I don't know.
I
what
know
school
about
it
the
is.
schools.
So before we get too far off this, one more comment about the gun thing. Did you guys
Shoot.
hear about what?
Shoot.
Shoot. Did you guys hear about what the governor of Indiana signed into law today?
No.
It is now lethal force is now allowed by citizens who have police and law enforcement forcibly search their house without a warrant.
Whoa.
I'm moving to Indiana. Fuck
That
this.
seems
state.
a little scary for law enforcement.
After Boston, I don't blame them.
Wait, what do you mean? I don't understand.
And during the right after the bombings in Boston,
Yes.
they were going house to house, forcibly searching every single house within like
They
a certain area.
They have it on video.
Yeah,
From that
it's
whole,
a-
I mean, I didn't get to talk to anyone about this because everyone was, and my family was just really frightened, and I don't think anyone still talked about what happened in Boston. But I was surprised they didn't unleash the drones.
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah,
surprised
yeah.
too, to be honest. To go like all like balls to the wall with it.
But I think it's a good thing that he did pass this though, because it'll make people think, like law enforcement think twice about forcibly entering your home.
in Indiana.
In
You got to have
Indiana.
checks and balances. I mean,
Yeah, and that's a great check.
The problem is that I think they were really ramped up from the Boston thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that they did probably overstretch a little bit because there is video of them illegally going into houses.
Oh yeah,
and
they were like forcing people out of their homes with their hands on their head and patting them down. It's
wouldn't
like,
you put yourself in that position though?
yeah, it's tough. You want to get these guys,
You
and
know,
you don't
yeah,
know
but
if it's.
they knew he wasn't even in that area, and they were still searching these houses.
Well, that's a.
I don't
bonehead
think
move.
that they. Yeah, I don't know if they really knew. They didn't know where he was. They didn't know where
they
these
had a
guys were.
general idea of where he was, and he was not in that area.
That's a bonehead move, but I tell you what, you give me a badge and a gun, and you tell me this guy blew something up, I'm gonna pull you out of your house. by
Well, how about the
2 years.
crazy shit that one dude did in California? What the fuck's his name? That cop that went rogue.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
And they shot
LL
like
Cool
the
J. Dope.
yeah, LL Cool J's twin, right?
Yeah.
And like the cops there, like they went wild too because they were like
They like
shooting.
shot up like some Latino.
They
lady in
shot up a
car.
truck. Yeah, 2 old ladies that were delivering
I
newspapers.
did
Like,
hear about that. That was messed up.
and the problem, I think that a lot of people realize, like they're not like gods, like they're people, and they made a big mistake. But they like were so
They
amped up about
peppered
getting
the
this guy.
shit out of that car too.
Yeah, because this guy was a very, very, very dangerous person you do not want in the streets. So I think their nerves were really in play, and they didn't know exactly how to deal with that.
Taking it back to fiction. Do you guys watch Southland?
I have not, but I've heard it's really good.
You have to watch that show. Very good.
Do they do stuff like that? Does it show like the
Well,
stress?
I mean, it's basically just like the humanity of cops on the job. All the mistakes they make, they pull no punches. It's very real.
It's a tough job. Like being a police officer, even whether it's military or real, is a bitch job. I could not do it because I would be too aggressive.
So would I. I mean, you'd be a liar if you say you're not scared. So I mean,
Definitely.
I think doing that job, they don't make that much money. I mean, let's be honest.
No, they don't.
Unless you work for the government, something like that. I'd
Or
be
like
scared.
the state troopers.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that make the big.
Well,
bucks.
okay, don't get me wrong. Some people do make quite a bit of money, but starting out, if you're a young person, you pick that as your career field. It's work, man.
Yes.
I know people that are in law enforcement. It's a lot of work, and it's scary. I mean, you're not confident. You don't know what's going to happen to you on the job.
You could die at any time.
So it's natural to be aggressive, and then it messes with you. So.
Yep, and they make mistakes. Like there's just some of them get
Absolutely.
public, like the one in California shooting up the truck. Yeah, that's a bonehead thing. It happened, but those guys really wanted to get this. This guy was really dangerous. He was highly trained, like
Oh, yeah.
special ops
Yeah,
training.
he was like Navy something.
He was a very dangerous person and killed people already. So like they really wanted to get
Yeah,
him.
it was some cop and his wife or something that he
Yes, and then there was like another bystander that he plugged too. Like he was a very, very please more. Shinerbach for me, please.
Who are you, my sister?
Yes, Shinerbach's delicious, son.
Okay, Carolyn.
I actually don't mind Shinerbach.
It's pretty good.
I also don't mind Rolling Rock.
Yeah, the Rolling Rock's not bad.
Yeah.
No, not bad at all. But what was I saying? Yeah, so like the Boston stuff. I mean, like sometimes I like to side with the police a little bit more because their job is such bullshit. Sometimes they deal with such assholes. Like that's why whenever I get pulled over, which is very, very rare. Like it's been pulled over 3 times. I've never gotten a ticket, just because I've been nice to the officer and honest. And it's just like you got to. I mean, they deal with so much stupid shit that not that I don't want them going into people's homes all the time, but like
I was like very happy that they passed that in Indiana. Though.
I'm surprised. That's scary for the law enforcement, though.
Scary
it'll
for
make
them,
them
but it makes them think twice before busting down someone's door unlawfully. So
definitely. I just hope that doesn't get more innocent people killed. If it works both ways.
I don't think so.
You don't think that it will?
No, I think it's in favor. I mean, honestly, the civilian population, we're not as crazy as the news makes it out to be.
No,
I
we're
think-
not.
I think there's more, I guess, danger if you have a gun and you think you have a reason to enter my home. I mean, I'd be scared. I'd be scared now.
Even if it was a police officer, I'd
Even
be
if it's a
scared.
police officer, I didn't do anything. I don't know you. I
Right.
mean, you're innocent until proven guilty, but sometimes things happen. You hear it all the time. I saw a story in Texas. This guy didn't do anything, and they were trying to enter his home. He thought they were burglars, so he started shooting at him. They killed him in front of his kids, and it was the wrong house.
Yeah, it happens, and it's like so you gotta think about that. But crazy, yeah. I'm surprised Indiana did that.
I heard that this morning. I was like, "Fuck yeah, Mitch Daniels." Or I think Mitch Daniels is the governor of
Crazy
Indiana.
Well, I got a
Indiana.
buddy that lives in Indiana. He goes to IU, and he was starting up a taxi company down at IU in Bloomington, and he is concealed carry.
Yeah.
Last year when he went to DCI finals with us, he brought his gun.
Yeah,
I was like,
you should be allowed to.
Like, whatever,
Especially
man.
if you're a taxi driver.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, hey man, whatever. I'm fine with it. Just whatever.
Well, I think
It's
most
your right to protect yourself. It's
Exactly.
that simple.
And it's like, I'm like, Indianapolis isn't that bad of a city. Like at nighttime, like if you're staying downtown, it's not bad. Like there's the bums and everything, but it's not like they're going to jump you.
There's bad people everywhere. We live in a really nice suburb. This area here, there's
Yeah.
bad people here.
There's bad people.
Yeah, you could be in the south side of Chicago.
Shit, it was like, what was that 4 months ago?
Yeah, 5
like,
or 6. There was 2 kids and 2 dogs killed right down the street to here.
I
That was
know,
all
but
that
I couldn't get to
babysitter.
work. The helicopters.
I was leaving and I was like, "Why are there 3 helicopters?"
The
Crap, they're on to me.
Subdivision was blocked off. I used to come from the other way, and I had to go all the way around, and it was bad. It was I remember hearing about that, and they never heard about it ever again.
Right. Well, they found her and she just went
confessed or something.
She went crazy and that was it. But yeah, it was like people are people and they can always be bad and I do fully support people's right to defend themselves in that situation, not to use it like because sometimes people can be dicky. Some dude can get a gun and be like, "I'm the cock of the walk," and you get in an argument driving, you road rage out, and you're gonna pull a gun like that. You don't want.
I mean, I guess getting back on the subject, I mean, I do side with Brett on a lot of things. One of them is being, I'd like to be more involved in government and politics because I don't feel the amount of control that they have on a lot of topics like this is okay. Before, many years ago, I was actually training. I was going to go to the military, and I was going to do pararescue. I didn't want anything to do with combat, but I wanted to be special ops.
Right.
I didn't do it because once I started looking at the paperwork, I started reading the language and started talking to recruiters and talking to people that were involved with this. They own you.
Yes.
They invest $2-3 million into you. You either end up dead or you end up in some kind of low-paying job that they basically can send you wherever they want to. And I wanted to do it for the experience. They pay
Yes.
for your school, and I really thought it would be cool to help people and jump out of planes and stuff. I didn't go.
Right.
You know, it's the rewards did not outweigh the consequences.
Have you seen the training they have to go through too?
Absolutely.
They have those Netflix specials
Yeah,
about that
it's
shit.
awesome.
I get
It's
winded
crazy.
watching it.
Yeah.
Those guys have to go through hell and back.
Well, I also thought, I mean, then this was way, I'm seriously talking about before the Navy SEALs got popular, stuff like that. I looked
Yeah.
into Green Beret, Navy SEAL. I mean, believe it or not, I used to be in excellent shape. I used to be, you know,
As you get older, right? You know?
almost there. And
And
I
then
mean,
you found beer.
and then I found beer and chicken wings. I wanted to do that. And honestly, I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, people glorify them now, these Navy SEALs, these guys. On their best day, honestly, high-ranking officer, you're making $60,000 a year. I make that now.
Yep.
And these guys are getting shot at. I mean, if
For all
there's-
intents and purposes,
there's some guys that
you're
really like
disavowed.
that. You'd have to be single to take a job like that because
Yeah.
you
And
fly.
an adrenaline junkie.
You fly every other day. You're going on missions. You're home maybe 2 months out of the year or 2 weeks out of the year. I mean, it's insane.
It's
tough.
the exact
And it-
reverse of the National Guard.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So, I mean, to somebody younger, maybe it's a little bit higher pay, but when you are doing that, it's low pay.
Mm-hmm.
You're risking your life every day.
And you are just going through hell and back in the training.
And
Like,
they own
you're-
you.
Yes. And,
They own
and-
you.
And you can't do anything to yourself. Like if you drink and get drunk and hurt yourself, like they could put you in jail for that.
There's
Absolutely.
when I was in high school, there was this guy that I knew who was in the Air Force, and he was like some level of officer, nothing like ridiculously high. But he signed up to do special forces and all this kind of stuff. And on his leave before he was deployed again, he was in like the Ozarks or something, riding jet skis and stuff, and got horribly sunburned, like to the point where he couldn't move without like being in massive pain. They suspended him without pay and demoted him for destruction or defacing of government property.
Yeah, it's no joke.
It's unbelievable.
And I mean, maybe, like I said, I mean, no disrespect. I have family members in the military. A lot of my uncles were in the military, in Vietnam and stuff like that. No disrespect. But at the same time, you have to really either be in a situation where that's going to benefit you and you can accept what's coming, or you really want to do it. And unfortunately, I just was not one of those people.
Which is good that you thought of that before you got too involved with it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, things change, life changed, and then there was a girl. And
Oh, women. Always them.
But at the end of the day, I'm kind of glad I didn't do that. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, you'll never have the combat experience, but there's a lot of stuff you can do and learn where you can still have the same amount of training.
Yep.
But just like anything, you really don't know what you're made of until you're in that situation. I've never been in anything like that, so thank God. But at the same time, like medical-wise, you know, stuff like as far as the research goes, I mean, you can learn that. I mean,
Yeah,
you're just
you
not gonna
can.
be
You
in
can do the
combat.
physical stuff.
Yeah.
Those guys go through. I love those.
A lot of
Netflix
that,
series.
a lot of that training is public up
Oh,
to
yeah.
a certain point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yep, that's good
you
stuff.
just don't have a drill sergeant like
Screaming
screaming
at
down
you.
your neck.
Hey, but that's what's going to keep you alive, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
We went to California our senior year of high school.
Oh, that was a fun trip.
And we played at Disneyland and stuff. And when we went to the Marine base there in San Diego to like see their like field band perform, our bus was leaving and it went down the wrong way, and we saw this drill sergeant fucking chewing out this new batch of new recruits. It was insane.
I
I've
got off
never
the
heard
bus
so
and I
many
just started
F-bombs
laughing.
in my life.
I'll be honest. I got off the bus and I just started laughing.
It was
Oh my god, it
insane.
sucks to be that guy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
I-
like
I couldn't do
something
it.
straight out of like
It's a lot of discipline.
Apocalypse Now.
It's got to be a lonely kind of lifestyle, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Those on Netflix, they have all those really cool series where they follow the recruits along. And
Yeah. Surviving the Cut. I think
yeah,
I've
that's
watched
one
it.
of them.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of them like that. And you're just like, God, this like it gives you so much more respect for anybody, military and police and stuff. That's shit they got to go through.
Yeah.
I got a buddy who's in the Marines. He's back home now, but he was working with me for a little while, and he was over in Afghanistan and everything. And, like, he's got some cool stories, and one of them was from basic training. I don't remember what exactly it was, but when he got done with basic training, he's like, "Fuck it, I'm out of here. See you guys." And he just like took off right after graduation, because he had like 2 weeks leave before he had to go back.
Yeah.
And then his brother did the Marines, and it's like within the span of, I think he said like 5 years. Like, what a big difference, because his brother made buddies with everybody there. So it's like after graduation, everyone's just like hanging out and stuff. He's like, Dude, after I was done with basic training, I just want to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of bad memories I can assume in there because it's tough.
Yeah, but they got to break you down to build you up.
Yes,
sort
they
of
do.
thing,
Yeah.
which
And I feel like some people could use that at 18, but not full military. But I think we could all use a drill sergeant yelling at us if our parents aren't doing that for it. You know?
I do agree. It's going to make you a better person. And unfortunately, that's the kind of people that probably should join the military, especially at that lower rank. I do think, and I've looked at this now, if you have a college degree, there is some, like, especially in the Air Force, there's some wonderful science opportunities, like biomedical,
I looked into it for pharmacy.
hazmat. Oh, yeah. And those people do make quite a bit of money, and there is prestige, and you are published, and you want to talk about funding for research. If you're
Yeah.
into that kind of thing, oh, my God. Especially, like, bacteria and, like, chemical weapons, especially now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, you could be set for life.
So-
you get a good pension and shit like that. But
Yep.
I looked into the National Guard for a while.
Yeah.
Because, like, you can, with a college degree, you start as, like, a first lieutenant and stuff.
Yep.
But it's like I would sign up for the National Guard to locally defend the nation.
They would send you.
and they fucking send you to Afghanistan. The National Guard in Afghanistan. I'm not defending the nation of Afghanistan. I'm defending the nation of the United States of fucking
Vanessa-
well,
America.
that's like my buddy who's in the chat right now. He went over to Afghanistan. He's
Yeah.
in Iowa National Guard. He was
It's
there
insane.
for I think almost a year with like a leave somewhere in the middle.
My entire,
He'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was almost a year, if not a full year.
my entire family would be very upset with you, because if you did that, they would send you, because they'd see you coming a mile away, and then have to come go and get you.
Yeah, right.
Thanks.
Better go save Brett.
We've played Call of Duty with him. We know how he is.
It reminds me of there's a Family Guy skit where the one guy's shooting backwards and the one guy's like falling. That's
Thanks.
how I
That's Brett.
Actually, he reminds me of the.
I have a
vet in the
tactical
nude.
mind, not one that's actually doing the action, but I can
Yeah.
plan it out for you.
You're the field. Of
I'm
it,
okay
you
with
know?
that. You tell me where to shoot, I'll get him.
You're the XCOM of video gaming.
Yeah,
you
there
know?
you go. I've got the chess mentality.
Dude, have you ever played XCOM? You
I've
should.
seen
You
you
would be
play it.
really good at it. Dude,
I've
it's,
seen you
fun.
play it.
it's fully tactical. It's a great
I'll have
game.
to play it.
What's XCOM?
It's like
Video
a
game.
It's like a combat simulation thing, but you control multiple people, and it's like you move them on like into different places on the thing, and you have to take over. It's basically like a capture the fort type of
Like
thing.
Command and Conquer?
No, it's
No.
a tactical. You have
It's like a 4-person squad. That
Yeah.
You have a
take
You have to
squad.
lead through.
Like SOCOM, like Navy SEALs for PS2
yes,
back
but
in
you're
the day?
but you're controlling each guy from God view from
Okay.
above.
Okay.
And you get to like tell them who to shoot and where to shoot. It's a turn based.
Okay.
It's really like you really got to be.
It's almost like
strategic.
Final Fantasy Tactics.
I had to stop playing it
God.
because
You remember that
my
game?
game saved at a bitch spot where as soon as the level starts, you got like one squad of enemies on one side and another on the other, and they instantly come right at you every time. I'm like, son of a bitch, this sucks.
Yeah, if you
it's
suck at the
and
game,
there-
it's
and
terrible.
No, because there's no cover at the start of this level.
I know what level you're talking about.
So it's like
I got through
you
it
got a
somehow.
building, you got a building off to the left, and then you got truck trailers on the right side. It's like you go one way, the guys from in the building come out and get you as you're attacking these other guys, or vice versa. It's like there's no way around it. I've tried going behind the building, they blew up the walls to the building.
It happens, but
Do you have it for PlayStation or Xbox?
it's
Xbox.
only for 360.
Oh, I don't
No, it's
have
on PS3.
It is on PS3.
I think so.
I didn't know that.
Who
Well, I got
has-
it for
Who has it for
360.
PS3?
None of us.
Nobody.
I'll get it for 360. Fuck
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll play. 'Cause you can play online too
Yeah.
against each
Oh,
other.
cool.
Make Brett the odd man out.
I haven't turned on my 360 in probably about like 2 months.
I
I'm
still
still
haven't.
playing Halo 4.
Are you really?
I still haven't
Look at
opened
you.
my Dead Island Riptide.
I
It's sitting
hate
on my
you.
pub
Happy
table.
birthday, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
No, my
This
birthday's
weekend.
next week. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
Oh, actually, for my birthday, it's coming up in a couple weeks. We got to go to Two Brothers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Two brothers.
Yeah, the Roundhouse.
The brewery.
You've never been
Oh,
there?
yeah, no.
The
I've never
brewery.
been there, but I've heard of it.
They're having this big old festival for like
For your birthday?
No, I wish. For 2 days, and it's like beer tent after beer tent, and they have live music and stuff. I looked at pictures, and I thought it would be an older crowd, so I wasn't interested. And then I hear it's actually a pretty fun event to go to. People
Oh,
our
dude.
age, so yeah.
That's
That-
awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
That sounds like fun. What was I going to say? God damn it.
Craft beer is awesome.
Craft beer is all. I love craft beer. If it wasn't so damn expensive, I'd be drinking it all the time.
No kidding.
I wish you bought me some beer, Dave.
What is your beer? You never told us.
It's there's a bottle over there. It's a Tremens Delirium Tremens. It's a Belgium ale.
That sounds made up.
It does, doesn't it?
There's pink elephants on it.
Where do you get this?
Benny's.
Benny's has it. The fancy liquor store down the road has it.
World Market probably has it.
That's the fancy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a really, really nice beer, though. We had it last week. It was
Is
pretty
it
pretty good.
delicious.
Do you pour this in a special glass?
Yeah, I do have those.
Yeah.
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 I'm not
That's
quite a
pretty good.
pro. I'm more of an amateur beer person. Like, I'm learning.
Okay.
But I have a pro friend in Wisconsin, and he teaches me the ropes.
And
He's the one that got me, like, the
and-
zombie.
And down that way.
Exactly.
I'm an amateur beer drinker. I'm a master Scotch drinker.
Yeah, is he drinking a Coors Light out of a fucking can? He's like, I drink beer.
I like beer.
I'm a pro drinker. I like different types of alcohol.
Right. You just tried so many that you're like, I like them all. you
Well,
know?
I mean, to an extent. I mean, I like whiskey. I know I like Scotch, but I don't know enough about Scotch, so I
Love
revert
Scotch.
to Brett. And then as
Scotch
far
is
as beer
amazing.
goes, I mean, I'll drink whatever you got. That's against the rules if you complain. But
Right.
I have a certain kind that I like, and craft beer is great.
It is. It's
and
pricey.
Vodka's for skinny white women on diets.
Exactly.
Yes.
Pretty much. I do like the coffee
Or the
beers.
Rooskies.
Where are the Ruskies?
Or the Rooskies. My new favorite beers are coffee beers now because it combines my two loves, coffee and beer.
Well, I like that in the wintertime.
It's like Buzz
really?
beer
And
from
red
Drew
ales,
Carey.
too.
Interesting.
Yep, especially around the holidays. It just does something for me.
Interesting. I'll have
Yeah.
to try that.
Kinky.
Oh,
I saw
man.
something the other day. It was like Mr. Peanut, and it says, "You call me an alcoholic. I say I'm a alcohol enthusiast or something like that, or a drinking enthusiast." It's like,
Exactly.
yes.
That's the way to be. Which I never was in school. I never really drank.
Yeah, I
How can
drink
you?
at home.
You can't. Yeah, you
You
can't.
can't.
People try, like they do on the weekends and stuff, but you're destroyed by Monday, you know? And it's like, no, you got to keep your head straight.
Friday, Saturday, recoup Sunday.
No,
Exactly.
see, you can't really.
That's what I did in art school.
Everybody parties in college, but they do it, I think, because they don't have anything better to do, and that's okay. But as an adult, you drink because you have a job, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The paycheck is awesome, but
Yeah.
work sucks.
The stresses of the job suck.
Yeah, and then after you buy all your liquor, you're like, oh, what happened to my
Paycheck
paycheck?
is gone
Damn, I should have rethought that $300 bottle of scotch.
because I'm an adult and I have a mortgage.
Car insurance and shit like that.
Oh my god!
Exactly.
Let's not talk about things that you don't actually get to see and you
Yeah.
pay for.
Oh, I know. So much.
tangible services that you're mandated to pay for.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Insurance is one of them.
Yep.
What else?
Electricity and water to an extent because
know
you
what
don't
the-
know.
Well,
have-
see, that's why I like apartment living because I shit you not, I have had my air on every day since it was first hot.
I've had mine on too. My electric bill last month was $76.
Mine has been $40.
yeah, mine
Air
about-
conditioning,
about
what's
there.
that?
Yeah,
You have air conditioning?
he doesn't have air conditioning.
Yeah,
no.
old
We got the
house.
window unit,
Um,
which it's up in the attic collecting dust right now still.
Oh, you
What do
guys
you mean?
haven't installed it yet?
Fuck that, dude. It hasn't been hot enough.
Dude, I've had my
Jesus.
my
I'm
air
a
has
polar
been on
bear.
since beginning of April.
Yeah, me too.
No, yours hasn't. We've turned it on a couple times.
she's
Well,
gonna,
the first time we turned on, I think, was towards the end of April.
Yeah.
Beginning of May.
Yeah, I've had mine on since the beginning of April. My house is consistently 67 degrees.
yeah, 68 in our house. She's gonna kill me if she sees this. I'm sorry, baby. She wears a hoodie. She knows who pays the bills. That air is gonna be on. That air is gonna be on. It's gonna be freezing.
As long as someone's comfortable.
We used to have
As
a
long
really
as someone
nice.
can cut glass.
We used to have a really
Exactly.
nice apartment in Oak Forest, but it had a window unit air conditioner.
Awful.
And I
forgot
promised
you lived
myself
out there.
Yeah, I promised her and myself. I said I will never, ever be this hot ever again.
We had
Right.
those in my parents' house and stuff for as long as I can remember, but we had the window unit was in my room, so my
Oh.
room was like a fridge. It was awesome.
Yeah, I want central air.
I remember when that room was your like TV room.
yeah.
Hold on, can we talk about how you didn't have a mattress in that room and it was just like a piece of plywood?
Yes,
And
and
I didn't-
my waterbed
I
frame
didn't
and a
know
mattress
this,
on
and we
top
went
of
out
it.
drinking, and I remember like we weren't lying together. I think it was the next day, and I was
Giggity.
really hungover, and I was lying in the bed. I
Well,
couldn't-
post coitus, you guys were just
Post
spooning.
We were spooning.
Post-coital.
Brett was playing PS3, and I couldn't really get my brain to wrap around why the bed was so hard. And I'm asking
Love
him,
that
I'm
bed.
like, what happened? You know, like, what's going on with your bed? Oh, no, I don't sleep on a mattress. I'm a samurai. I was like, all right, bro.
It was particle board over my waterbed like frame, and it was just the mattress that we have now sitting on top of that. No box spring.
Wow. That must have been uncomfortable. as
No, it was
fuck.
actually really good. I've never had back problems. The only time I have back problems is when I work in the yard.
Right.
Ever since I laid in that bed, I've had back.
Normal people had, needed a little softer
Yeah.
bed.
Well, at least it's not as bad
Grow a
as his futon.
spine. The futon was awful.
Oh, yeah,
that was
absolutely.
horrible. It's like you're laying there, and next thing you know, you get a bar in your ass. You're like, what the fuck?
You're used to that.
But are you under the bed?
You're used to bars in your ass. It's okay.
No,
Fact.
I'm used to sitting at the bar.
This is true.
That's
too.
okay, too, man.
So what else is new? Vine for Android came out yesterday.
Hell yeah, I made one.
All
made
the
one
old
too.
men now have Vines.
I'll make
You
one.
stole that joke, and it's not true. Because
It is true.
no.
I don't get it.
Because oh, you're right. Damn it, Andrew. Andrew's right. Fuck it. Andrew's right. He's saying that
All the
he's
young
making
kids-
he's making fun of Android users saying that they're old.
Oh,
How are we old?
A fellow iPhone user.
You're going back to Android, you said.
I use mine out of practicality. Cause
There's nothing wrong with iOS.
No,
like,
it's a smartphone for dumb people.
No,
No,
come
it's a
on now.
smartphone for the people on the go.
Why do we have to pick sides?
I'm picking sides.
hold on.
Windows Phone is for people who don't
for
know
school,
any better.
I can show you, Dave. I have all these formulas and stuff on
Yes,
here. I have
yes.
apps that I've help design. I have molecules and stuff on here, and that's just for school. I have work stuff on here.
Yeah,
it's very easy.
It's
to
very
use,
useful.
but it's very teeny tiny.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
This is the thing. I love Android is my thing.
Yeah.
iOS I respect the fuck out of. I don't hate it like some people do.
I just
Wait, I'll say this.
don't get me wrong,
I've never had a
Steve-
problem with my phone unlike this guy.
Yeah, I've had many problems.
Can I
with
just talk
Android.
to you about Brett? One time you stole my laptop and installed Linux,
Ubuntu.
Ubuntu
Oh,
on
Linux,
it,
Ubuntu, yeah.
and I couldn't figure out how to use it for like 3 years.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? You bricked his laptop.
No, he had Windows XP and it wouldn't work. It kept rebooting and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like, give me
right.
this. Ubuntu.
Right.
Wah.
It was awesome once I figured out how to use it.
Yeah, Ubuntu was really cool.
I love Ubuntu.
And now
I
Brett's
use-
stuck with Windows 8.
Oh, no, I have Windows 7 on my desktop.
No, but on your laptop you got 8.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to put Windows 7 on
You can
there.
downgrade it.
Nah, not this one. Not without paying a $150 fee.
Really?
Brett's got a thing about $150 fees.
Yeah, what the fuck? If it was 149, he would do it, but 150, fuck.
$149.99. I'm
Just
in.
out of my reach.
Damn penny.
God damn.
Yeah, it actually is a $150 fee to downgrade it.
That's crazy.
Certain laptops have a reciprocity thing on them,
Right.
Where you can just call Microsoft and you can download Windows 7 and install it and use your Windows 8 key to
Right.
unlock it. But for some other ones, and it's like specific HP and Dell laptops that you can do this with. Lifehacker did a thing on it a couple months ago, right when Windows 8 first came out, like mainstream.
Windows 8 came out like 7 months ago.
No, like when it was like it
These
was
guys
being
just
published.
scored on us again, and it was a
Son
bitch
of a-
move.
God
Yeah.
damn.
It was a bitch move.
Crawford
Do
should have
you
blocked it.
have replay or will they show
They'll
it?
They will
show
show
it again.
replay, but I also can rewind it.
No, let's watch this right now. I want you to see this.
We're going to pause this conversation.
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure Crawford was turned around in the other direction.
Did he go behind the net like he did 50
No,
times
no.
the other day?
This was a bitch
right,
move.
so
Watch this.
they-
Watch this.
Right down the middle, pass to the corner.
Off the wall.
Back to the face-off dot, back to behind the goal line. Pass to the slot, and Crawford goes out of position.
No, he wasn't out of position there.
Oh, yeah,
it was.
he was.
He
It
was
was
right
deflected. It was deflected off of
it
what's
went
his
off his
name?
glove.
I want to see who made the shot, though.
Yovanov.
See,
you
it
ever heard of
deflected off his.
Jovanov?
Yeah, I've heard of Jovanov. Yeah, Jovoy or something like that.
Voinov?
Look at this guy. He's not even excited.
No, he's just like I score goals.
Taves is like, fuck. That was that.
Maybe
look
that's
on
what
his
they
face.
need. And I'm a diehard Blackhawks fan. Maybe
Yeah.
they need to get the shit stomped out of them so that they play well.
It
next
worked with
time.
Detroit. I mean, it worked
it
when
worked
we
with
were like
Detroit.
down to the last wire. We're like, all right, guys, we got to start winning.
We
now.
still got 33 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, but we
plenty
also
of
got
time.
two in the bag. We can afford to lose this one, but shame on them if they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That wasn't the
Especially
worst
since
goal in the
how well
world.
they played the last two games.
It was a pretty sloppy goal, but
It wasn't the greatest, but it was a good shot, like a very very lucky shot. It just bounced off his glove and into the net.
DeFoley and Carter with the assists.
I'm all for Crawford. I have a Crawford jersey, so I love him.
I want to get a Crawford jersey.
You also
They're
have a
awesome.
Turco jersey.
Shut up.
And you got a Buffalo jersey.
I wanted to get a Bufflin jersey for
Every
have one.
time he buys a jersey, that
The player
player
gets
gets traded.
Every time.
Every time.
Bufflin,
and
Turco,
now we got
and now Crawford.
Antti Ranta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
from
heard
Finland.
about that. What is so special about him?
He had some
He-
like incredible record.
Yeah, he's
Throughout the-
he's a
But that
really
doesn't
good,
mean he's going to do that with us.
Nothing says he's going. Well, I think
Like, what if they had
isn't
the two
Emery's
greatest
contract up after this
defensemen
year?
in the universe playing on that team, and he just didn't he
Yeah.
never saw a shot? Like then
Yeah, he had something like a 92.4 save percentage or something
Yeah.
like that.
see, this is the thing.
Some insane win record too.
Andrew shits on Crawford, but he doesn't talk about the 50 other
Yeah.
great, incredible.
like
you know,
was that Sunday's game where he like dove out of the
Yes.
thing, grabbed it, spun
Yes.
around, and like flipped it behind
Crawford
the goal.
and Duncan Keith have been the MVPs for the past two series.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
they've been
Yeah.
really, really good. And the problem is
I've got a Keith jersey.
you do.
for
I didn't
you.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
but
have any jerseys. Not yet.
they're expensive as fuck, dude.
Yeah, they are.
To get
I
a
got
real
Bosa
one.
jersey.
I've
Oh wow!
That's not a penalty.
He's like, what I do?
Good for you.
Yeah, right.
Go Dunks.
For those of you that
hit.
can't see the game,
Go
Duncan
Dunks.
Keith just flat out
Wailed.
nail the guy with his stick. He goes to pick up his glove. The guy does a flyby, and Keith just fuck you, stick to the face.
And this is what I'm talking about with the stupid shit, though. They play solid for like 5 games, and then they go, fuck it, and just make the stupidest fucking decisions for like 2 games.
He didn't have to hit that guy.
No, he just makes the stupidest fucking decisions, and then they eat it for 2 games, then they have to rally.
You know why? You know why? Because
glad
it's
he
the
hit him,
cup.
though.
Yeah.
Because it's the
Because
cup.
that's the cup.
You know, that's
Shave another day.
exactly. NBC wants another. They want every series to go to Game 7,
Oh,
so
yeah.
they just get the
More
maximum.
advertising.
Yeah,
dollars,
right.
yeah. Oh, trust me, I know.
I don't blame them because they get more money. But
Too bad I hate the NBC guys that do the intermissions.
yeah, they're pretty
I hate
bad.
those guys.
Yeah.
They're pretty weak.
I feel like we could do a better job.
Yeah, seriously.
Let's do it.
Oh,
We
we
should just
could.
hack their shit and take over for
No,
the
the next game. That's how those kids for the Blackhawks they were live streaming themselves commentating the games, and they
What
got
kids?
some like kids from Lamont, I think it was. I saw it on
Really?
like the patch or
I
something.
haven't seen
That's
it.
pretty cool.
And these kids were just like commentating about the game on YouTube, and it like synced up with like the actual gameplay on TV. And they got called by like WGN, and they were on like WGN in the morning and stuff, talking about them commentating the games and everything. It was insane.
Well, I'm not a
That's
child. I have a
hilarious.
job. I can't go on WGN in the morning, but
Why not?
we can do it.
Colin sick.
Yeah, because we're adults here. We
We have sick
can't just-
time.
I do have
I
sick
do
time.
not.
Yes,
You don't
he
get
does
sick
not.
time?
I do.
Well, unless it's like a real sick time. If I show up on WGN in the morning, I'm pretty sure someone's gonna see that and be like,
Kind of what I'm getting at. I might also be in the same boat.
like they're like, oh, you know, it's because when if I can't go in, they have to find someone to come in the pharmacy. We have to open.
Lame.
Yeah, we have no choice.
Just tell
Everybody needs
WGN
their
to
drugs.
pick the
Yeah,
day
I
that
know.
you're not
Everybody
working.
needs drugs. We're so over medicated in America
You
anyway.
got 4
You're telling
minutes
me.
for that.
Yeah, he
4
should.
minutes.
He drew some
Yeah,
blood.
good for him. Like I'm saying, he didn't have to do it, but I'm glad he did because
This
he
is
took
gonna-
that as a. Oh, that's
that's
why. That was
why.
payback.
How is that
So
not?
Jeff Carter, he pretty much he just
Fuck
tried to
yeah.
rape Duncan Keith right
How-
by the net.
How did Carter
Look
not
at
get
him
called?
yelling at him too on
Is,
the ice.
is it 4-on-4 for 2 minutes then?
I did see a power play up there.
Yeah, I think so. I think it might
Yeah, 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then we get the additional.
be. Did you guys hear that for all new hockey players, they're going to have mandatory visors?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of it.
I like it.
I think it's a good
The
idea.
reason I don't like it is because of the instigator penalty.
Oh fuck! He didn't get a penalty for that.
Yeah, it's just a 4 minute
The
straight.
instigator penalty is why I don't like that, because if you have a visor and you start a fight, you get an additional penalty.
Well, what if you rip off your visor? Doesn't it get negated?
No,
then?
because you still have the visor. when
What if you
start
rip
the
off
fight.
your helmet and start beating the shit out of somebody else with it?
It
That's what I
doesn't
would
matter
do.
because as soon as you start the fight, whoever starts the fight, if they have a visor, they get the additional penalty.
It's insane.
Yeah, but I still like it because if a dude gets hit in the eye and goes blind,
Yeah.
if he's a 19-year-old kid and he's too stupid to realize he needs a visor,
I'm telling you, if I was a professional hockey player, I'd wear the visor.
So
I
would
wouldn't
I,
want to
too.
risk
I
my
would not.
eye.
And they're made by Oakley. That's awesome.
sponsorship.
Yeah.
Sponsor that shit.
No, but it's a smart idea to protect your face. You're not going to be a hockey player the rest of your life,
No.
but you could miss your eye for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
you know,
I would want to see big titties in my face for the rest
Yeah,
of my life.
I
Well,
would.
you still have one eye.
And if everyone's wearing a
I
visor,
want depth perception. Let's just leave it
If everyone wears a visor, they're still going to have that stupid fucking rule.
No, they should make it mandatory for everyone to wear a visor and then just get rid of that stupid penalty.
which they probably will once everybody
what
has
they
a visor.
should make is you're going to drop the gloves, rip off the helmet no matter what.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear a gross story about losing an eye?
Yes.
All right. So I promised Brett that I would tell stories as
like
I come on
stories.
here. Some of them are sexual, and I don't think I can get away with a lot of that
Wow,
now.
Yes,
chicka
you can.
wow, wow.
But
Do it.
something like
Just replace the names.
Something like this. I will tell you. When I was a lot younger, I was fortunate. I was a carpenter foreman for a very well-known company downtown, and a lot of the people under my charge were 19, 20 years old. And this young man was about 21. I was 19, so he didn't like the fact that he was older than I am, and I had more responsibility. Now, I didn't let it go to my head, but I was kind of a jerk. And one of
As
the
is your right.
one of the main things was wear your safety glasses, and I would just wear my Oakleys to work, and he would wear his safety glasses. Now he would never wear them, and this person was in a position where they were cutting pieces of steel and pieces of wood all day.
Shrapnel.
And unfortunately, I literally watched him lose his eyeball right in front of me. He cut a piece of wire, went straight into his eyeball. It exploded like a water balloon, and you're talking Johnny Depp blood just down the side of his
Oh,
face.
my God.
I took him to the emergency room. And I actually ran into him years later, and he has a glass eye now. So
Yep.
he is not a pretty boy anymore, you know. and that's why you wear safety wear.
Yep, that's a really good story for the kids
Yeah,
because
so-
it's not a joke. Like,
It's not about being cool. I mean, you got to protect your eyeballs.
right, and you
so-
don't know when you're that young. You have no fucking clue.
It's a freak accident. That's what they call them,
Yep.
freak accidents.
Yeah.
You don't expect it for that to happen, and then holy shit! I mean, that can't feel
Right.
good.
But you don't want that to happen. You know, that must have been really painful too.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's probably a little unhappy.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, then for me, like, I mean, it's a little selfish on their part because the people involved, it's me and this other person. I've never had this happen before, you know. And then I got this guy. I think he's dying. You know,
Right.
he lost his eyeball right in front of me. Now I got to live with that too, and he has no eye.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah, it's tough. That's
Well,
why
well,
it's
they
very
also
important.
make safety glasses now. I don't know about back then that actually look like sunglasses.
Yeah.
no, yeah, they did, and they just didn't like to wear them because they fog up. They fog up.
Yeah, that
and
is
they're
a
very
problem.
uncomfortable.
Well, that's when you just go
God
buy like some of
forbid.
that anti-fog stuff.
I
from
had that
Xanax
for
or
my
something.
paintball mask. You just
oh
spray it
yeah,
on there.
yeah. You spray the film on there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no joke. Once you have those stories like that, it makes people go, "Oh, I probably should wear these safety things." I think it's the same thing with visors in hockey. That people have gotten just fucked up.
I like
In-
the visor rule personally. I mean, you
I
got
think
pucks
it's
flying at you, you got fists,
Yep.
hockey sticks. Just protect your face.
Although it's awesome though when you go back and look at the games from like the 60s and stuff where they have no helmets.
No
Goalies had no
I
helmets.
say
Yeah,
what they
insane.
should really do is get rid of the carbon fiber sticks and just go back to wood,
Yeah.
because that's how there's so much torque and stuff on the sticks nowadays that because it's a composite stick, that's how like Zdeno Chara and
I was gonna say Chara would not be happy.
Yeah.
Zdeno Chara can get the 110 mile per hour slap shot because of that stick.
Oh,
if
yeah.
if they went back to wood sticks, it'd be like the 60s all over
60, 70.
again, where you're talking about like a 70 mile per hour shot at the tops.
Puck's still hard, baby.
I'm not saying that it's not going
Black
to be,
biscuit
but
to
you
the
don't
face
have
is gonna hurt.
but you don't have the puck flying at you at 100 miles per hour, 110 miles per hour, even 90 miles per hour.
Now, me and somebody else were discussing this the other day. In the movies, these plexiglass things are just that glass. In real life, this is plastic, is it not?
No, it's glass. It shatters.
It's
yeah? Have
It's
you guys ever
safety
seen it
glass.
happen?
It's a hybrid. It's mixed. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it
Yeah?
shatter.
Yeah.
It's very rare to shatter. They're actually made to not shatter because they don't want to ring on the fans.
Oh, yeah.
They're made to break away in big chunks.
I
Yes.
feel like the one day when I can actually afford and my luck has it that I have glass seats, it's going to happen to me.
Yeah, he sat on the glass on New Year's Eve.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Me too.
And at the Joe.
Good for you, man.
It's fun. That was a fun New Year's Eve.
Who'd you blow?
Me.
Nobody.
I went.
Bought them.
Suck on this.
It was a good time, but yeah, no. The glass is made there to fall inwards, not on the fans. It's made to fall on the
Ball
ice.
on the ice?
Yeah, and it's made to not like shatter into 1,000 pieces that gets in your eye. But yeah, it is.
Or gets little pieces stuck on the ice that you can't see.
Yes,
and people
that's
trip on 'em.
yeah, and then they've cut their faces and shit.
How pricey were those tickets?
The ones at the United Center to sit on the glass, this was before they won the cup. Or it might have been the season that
It
they
was-
did
It
win
was
the
the
cup.
season they won the cup. Yeah.
It
2010.
was like $250 a ticket roughly.
That's not bad.
And that's with passes going to the Kettle One Club.
Yeah.
Then when we went to the Joe, I think it was like $200 for the tickets and hotel.
It's not bad at all.
Can we change gears really quick here
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
talk about the story that Brett just sent me? All right, Brett, take over. I'm gonna put it on the stream.
So let me pull this back up. I sent it to you.
Big change of gear too.
Big change of gear. Speaking
Oh, you're
of
on your
the-
phone. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you're not even on your. Want me to just read it?
Yeah, just go ahead and read it.
So this guy blames the breeze. So this gang rape defendant claims the wind carried DNA from beer can to the condom that he was using. He's basically using the happening defense.
Yeah.
He's saying that the wind carried his semen to a condom and he didn't actually rape this woman.
Can I just say, if you are that creative, you deserve maybe to walk free.
I've never heard that. You're like, well, he did rape her, but that's pretty fucking
Is
smart.
he defending himself in court?
No.
That's yeah,
I would
right.
fire all my lawyers and go with this. I am crazy.
Wow, this is in California. Let's see. Group of 6 men charged with assaulting the girl. Blah, blah. I don't want to read the stories because that's just sad.
Basically, a 16-year-old girl got gang raped, and the guy's trying to say it wasn't him because his DNA got blown into the condom. Not from his dick, but from the beer bottle that he blew his load into.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's weird.
unbelievably
What a
fucked up.
Weird defense.
I wish they still had like trial by combat.
Yeah.
And people like that are.
She just gets a gun and then it's the
don't give him anything.
Yeah. And
And
if
if
she
he
wins,
lives, he's innocent.
Like in Game of Thrones.
There you go.
Speaking
Speaking of Game of Thrones,
Segway!
transition master here.
That's what I do. That's why I'm here.
Andrew, close your ears. If you haven't watched the Game of Thrones from this last episode
Major
on Sunday,
spoilers. Everybody dies.
very much just throats are cut here left and right, and you're just like, what?
When I read the book, so I knew this was coming and everything. Well, as I'm watching everything build up, I'm like, oh shit, this is about to get insane. And like, oh, you're looking at Shattered Glass.
No.
No, he's showing us. He doesn't care. We're doing a show right now.
I kind of want to talk about this too, though. The Game of Thrones thing. That's awesome. Is that you?
It's me right here.
Oh,
That's
I
you?
forgot,
You're
yeah.
Shadow?
You're that blobby shadow,
Hold on,
right?
Pause it. I want to see your face.
They'll come back.
Oh boy. For people can't see this, you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to Game of Thrones
anyway.
because I have a huge thing that bothered me, and I'm a huge fan.
Yeah. So
Was it the violence?
No.
people were like outraged by this. I did not find it graphic at all.
No. It
For
wasn't about the
HBO.
graphic. Here's the
wasn't that
thing.
bad.
People were like, oh, you kind of knew when they played that song. Have you ever heard that song before? So
The
I
Reigns of
read.
Castamere.
Yeah. So that's supposedly a Lannister song, and
Yeah.
that's how Lady Stark knew that that's how shit was going to go down.
Yeah.
I'd never heard that song before. I didn't know that was a Lannister
I
song.
knew it was the Reigns of Castamere just because I've read the stories.
Nerd.
Well, sure, I read the story too, but I mean, that was a plot twist for me because
Well, when I was watching stuff, I knew everything that was coming or whatever. When I actually read it in the book, I was just reading along, and then all of a sudden everybody was dead. I'm like,
Really?
Wait. I had to go back like 15 pages and like reread it again because it was so well written
Right.
that just like all of a sudden people are just dying and you
well,
don't know why.
The thing that bothered me
AIDS.
about the
Huh?
series
AIDS.
was that they killed his wife, and in the book she's not even there.
Yeah, she's not even
in
there.
the book.
Oh, really?
In the book, the Lannisters paid off her family, and she wasn't there, and they kind of made it seem like they were part of it because they're
Yeah.
going to set her up with a husband. So they made it seem like they were in it. And the series was that much more sad, if you ask me. They killed his unborn son.
Yeah.
They killed her. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's hot.
That was the only part of it that I thought was like a little bit over the top in terms of being graphic because everything else is like, okay, it's HBO. You see that in battles and stuff all the time in this show. But when they go at, she's the first one that they take down. They just walk up to her and stab her like 30 times.
like
in the
prison
stomach.
shank style.
Oh, yeah.
In the stomach, and you know she's pregnant, and everybody else knows just by the way they're talking and like holding hands and
Well, and
doing
that's
whatever.
the thing, too, especially for Rob Stark, who's supposed to be this awesome badass, just like his father. He went out like a punk.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
You
did.
know, I feel, oh, man, like I just felt
broke.
like he should have gone down swinging.
Well, that's how it happened in the books, though. He just kind of just gets pincushioned with all the crossbow.
Well, I know.
bolts.
And then Roose Bolton was just such a bitch, dude.
And then I really thought the end of this episode was perfect, though.
Well, what's going to be perfect is what's coming next.
Yeah.
You know what's coming.
Oh, I know. This next episode is going to be amazing.
Don't
So,
say anything. I don't
It's
know.
going to be the bittersweet ending that people want. It's going to be the good to the bad.
Is this the last episode for this
next
season?
week
Next season.
is a
Next
70-minute finale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Next episode is going to be ridiculous. You thought this one was insane.
You know what though?
Next week's is going
I
to
am
be even
so
more
desensitized
insane.
to violence that I was like, I was more shocked that the characters were dying, but not in the way they die. Like when they cut their throats,
That-
I'm like,
no,
that
that's-
shit happens.
you see
like I'm
that
so
in-
desensitized.
The
I
first
wasn't.
and second seasons were horribly violent.
They were like cutting people's heads off.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, more spoilers here, but in the books, Lady Stark's not dead. She comes back.
right.
yeah.
So
You know, so that's not really too bad.
Yeah, well,
you know.
she comes, but she's not dead.
Nah, I mean, well, she's terrible looking and
Yeah.
inhuman, but she comes back.
I hope
Yeah.
they do that in the show. That'd be very
I
cool.
hope they
Yeah,
do
they
it,
have
too.
to.
They
Yeah.
have to. It's a major plot
It's a
point.
well. Then again, there's a lot of major plot points though that they've completely skipped over this
Really?
season.
Like what?
Like what's
What?
his name? Her
Snow?
Yeah, well, Jon Snow, like his whole thing with being with the wildlings, like how he ended up being with them.
I thought they
is
really
completely
cruised
different.
through that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they totally changed how he ends up with the wildlings from what it is in the book.
Doesn't he start fighting the major battle with them, and then he ends up fighting with his brothers, like through the tide of battle? Isn't that?
No, that in the very beginning of this season when he ends up being with the wildlings and stuff, when he captures Ygritte and everything, it's them like him and Corrin Halfhand are like going through these like tunnels and stuff through the mountains to try to get away, and they get surrounded at the other end of this thing, and he kills him there before they're even captured.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I do
And
remember
there's
that.
like all that happens, but in this one, they're already captured and they're almost there, and he kills them just because.
Well, in the book, Jon Snow is just a major badass.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
total badass.
Now,
in the
why did
books.
Jon Snow leave the redheaded girl? Like
He wasn't in love with her.
No,
He wasn't.
Well,
Well-
I feel like he ended up. I feel like he's a softie on the show. Like
Yeah,
He is a softie. Yeah, he's weak.
He'd never been with a woman, so I think there's that plot point that he has an attachment to her,
which is true.
But
That's true. To
he's
the
like
stories.
he wants to be like Ned Stark, and
Yeah.
since he was never accepted as a son, he wants to be that honorable guy. And since he made an oath, he's gonna hold that oath.
So he just
Yeah.
leaves her.
So he just leaves
Like,
her.
What a dick.
Yeah.
Like you see on her face, she's like, "You motherfucker."
Well, that's gonna come back to bite him in the ass.
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure she's
Oh, yeah,
gonna go
she's
after him. Yeah,
pissed.
she's not gonna just be like, "I'm going back to Wildland," you know.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Yeah, that's. I knew she was gonna because you could tell
Well,
her face. But,
I'm wondering if what are you pointing at?
That's me.
That's
yeah.
you.
Turn it more. I can't see it.
Well, no one else can see it either.
Oh yeah, that's you.
It's tough to talk about Game of Thrones because like Andrew hasn't seen it. You know, I know that some
It's
of
in
the
my
people-
Netflix queue.
Yeah,
You have
It's
that on
amazing.
Netflix?
Season 1.
The DVDs. He doesn't use
DVDs.
instant streaming. He only uses. He's like a full 500 disc queue.
Yeah, he doesn't have HBO or anything either.
You're the richest person I know. That's pricey.
No, he gets like 4 discs at a
Two,
time.
two.
Or two. You do 2 now.
It's like $20 a month.
Yeah, it is.
Is
Yeah.
it really?
16.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just do the $7.99
That's,
streaming.
that's why
That's what I
that's
do.
why I don't have a gym membership. It was either gym membership or Netflix. I said
And
Netflix.
you chose Netflix?
Well,
I have the stuff at
watch
home
movies
to-
or
to
work
do-
out.
to
It's
work
way easy
out.
to do that. I know
Yeah,
that.
you got your
All right,
Steel
are we
Bell
done Game of Thrones? Because some people were like, message me when you're done with the GOT talk.
Why?
Because they don't want to have spoilers because they're watching the show now.
How
Is
they not
anyone a
watch
Doctor Who fan?
Oh, yeah. Should we switch to Doctor Who?
Yeah,
Love
let's switch to Doctor Who.
Well, I haven't seen any of the new ones,
I haven't either. I haven't seen any of them.
but I wanted to do the
I'm
River
almost
Song
done with season
spoilers.
the what?
River Song, that's
Oh,
our thing.
I'll
spoilers.
forget about it before then. So
Yeah. So, well, I guess you and I are the only ones because you haven't. You're
Matt's-
catching up.
I'm
Yeah,
Matt
I'm-
Smith is leaving,
Yes.
and I hope they pick Loki to be Doctor.
I want it to
Doctor
be a
Who.
woman.
I don't.
Tom-
I want it to be,
I'm not down.
They're saying that.
Really?
They're saying that would be very controversial.
Very
for him to be.
controversial because you have what, almost 40 years?
Mhm.
No, 50.
50.
Right?
This is
50.
the 50th
50th
anniversary.
50 years of a man playing that role. I mean,
Wouldn't it
I'm
be-
not against it.
I
Would it
think
be
it would be
badass
cool if
though?
I would think it would be cool if it was like Simon Pegg.
That would be funny.
That would be
weird.
awesome.
They're saying
Yeah.
it's Tom Hiddleston.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Loki.
they're saying.
Yeah, they're saying Tom Hiddleston, but I don't know.
Because I know Simon Pegg did some cameos in there. He was in a few episodes.
He's like the king of the nerds, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he is.
awesome. You guys ever see the movie Paul?
yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh,
I
you need to watch it. It's great.
Everyone tells me I need to see it.
it is
so.
good.
We
Him
saw
and
Star
Nick
Trek.
Frost.
Huh?
Star Trek was
Star
great.
Trek was awesome. It doesn't even look like him though in that.
Simon Pegg?
Yeah.
Or my man crush, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, I know. You
Oh.
were like, oh, Benedict, the whole time.
So you're saying he can come on your batch? Is
Oh,
that-
yeah.
He's a
Absolutely.
good-looking dude. In what the fuck's it called?
Sherlock.
Thank you. In Sherlock.
Do you watch that show?
Oh hell yeah, I've caught up with it. Show is badass.
Somebody doesn't
I haven't
deem
watched
that
it yet.
worthy. Of
No,
his
no,
time.
no.
I
just
like
haven't watched it yet.
Elementary. Ooh.
Elementary is phenomenal.
No, I told him. I said I make you this pact. We made a pact. I will watch 1 hour of Elementary if you watch 1 hour of Sherlock.
Seriously.
Well, the
I'm not gonna
first
knock the
the
show.
first episode's an hour and a half.
I don't care. I'm not gonna knock
So
your
is Sherlock.
show. I'm not gonna knock your show, but watch mine. Sherlock will just blow you away.
Sherlock is such smart. I had to rewatch episodes because I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Oh, near I watched it twice.
Because you're like, what? I'll take one.
I'll also take one.
Yeah, because Sherlock is such a beautifully written show that you are like, wait, what just happened? And like months pass at times, and you don't really quite get that at first.
I
and-
appreciate the creativity and then the
Yes.
character. That character, once again, very tragically flawed.
Oh yeah.
They don't pull any punches.
That's true to the.
Yes, that's true to
He's a
Sherlock.
very human Sherlock.
Yes.
You know, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, very very good show. Sherlock, British TV, man, they're kicking ass. You guys watch Copper?
I started watching. I watched the first episode.
What'd you think of it?
I'm intrigued, but I didn't. I won't lie. I watched it while I was doing homework, so I didn't.
That's a bad idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's one of those shows you have to. I'm in like towards the end of the first season. Really really good,
That good?
actually. Surprisingly strong.
One thing that growing up was on Being Human, and I
Yeah.
think I'd like to go back and watch that. Some of those shows. I mean,
They just canceled the U.S. version.
because the U.S. version sucks.
Yeah, it did. The British version was way better. I was told to watch that,
There's-
and that show was amazing.
There's some things the Brits have, and that's dark, just dreary shows,
Yes.
and they should just.
Don't
With-
forget about their dry humor.
With the right around of humor, yes, their humor is like just seeped in there a bit, where it makes you laugh. But yeah, they're very very good at the darkness.
Yeah, I like it.
It's the motherfucking darkness.
Exactly. And Copper, like, there's like
What
there's
is
like,
that show? I've heard you mention it, but I don't know what it is.
So Copper is this show that's set in
New York.
in New York in the 1800s, and it's a period piece about these cops of
Mm-hmm.
New York and their stories and like because basically they don't really have a lot of rules as much, so the cops can like steal and do stuff and beat up people and
It's
they
very
get away
gritty,
with shit.
very
It's
noir.
very noir. It's
Yeah.
it's like noir in the 1800s, like
Yeah.
post Civil War. So there's Civil War elements, like they hate Lincoln and stuff because they're Republicans
Mm-hmm.
and Democrats and there's in like the first couple episodes there's like this like what is she? I think she's 11 years old and she's like a prostitute and like there's like and she gets like raped and
It's
just-
very gritty, yeah.
It's very dark. Like you're just like holy fuck, you know. They do some really crazy elements that you don't really see too much in American TV.
Interesting.
But it's cool. It's very just gritty. It's it's just a bunch of men being men drinking and whoring and stuff like that.
It's not your usual keeping up with your Kardashians.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not.
watch
It's not your
that
bachelorette shit that you
I don't
watch.
watch that either.
Okay, fine. It's not your American Idol shit.
I actually stopped watching that too. The season
You watched
sucked.
American Idol?
I watched the past 2 seasons. It was actually really good. There's some really good people on there. This past season was horrid.
I'm a selfish person. Like, if I see somebody that has a talent I don't have, I hate them.
I understand that.
Yeah,
you
so I
know,
don't watch that.
as you get older, you start to appreciate that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're younger, you're like, fuck that guy, fuck that person.
Especially since when I was younger, I had dreams of one day becoming a rock star myself. I had 2 bands that never took off, and that still hurts me.
Yeah, I understand
The
that.
Dewey Melons never really made it.
The Dewey Melons. Oh man.
Gasoline Margarita only had 1 show.
Oh wow, really? What'd you play?
I played electric guitar really badly.
Really? You like solo or you rhythm?
No, like I never learned how to read music, so guitar tabs were my only source of education.
Right.
And I wouldn't even learn my own songs. I would just play Blink-182 songs.
Oh, no
Because they
shit.
only have like 3 or 4 chords.
They do.
True
And
punk rock.
Well, I wonder
Absolutely.
where you went wrong in the music business. I don't know why you didn't just take off.
When I was in high school, being in a ska band was the way to go, and I thought it would get me through college.
I'm
and
surprised you weren't the next Justin Bieber.
I know.
Something we're all thankful
Actually,
for.
I don't have my wallet, but I did have very long hair at one point.
Did you really?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
pull my wallet. I'll show him.
Have you? Do you still play guitar?
No, I actually, as an adult, I want to get an acoustic guitar and actually learn how to read music.
Dude, I could show you. I know how to do that shit. Oh my god, that is crazy. I'm not gonna hold this up to the camera because it has your numbers on it.
It's all right.
And I think that'd be a very bad idea. But
Oh,
yeah,
I already had my identity stolen once this month.
yeah, might as well because you'd be like, "Hey guys, look at this credit card information. Let me
they
show you the
zoom
back. Here's his address and zip code too. You know."
Oh, and
Wow, that
here's
is
the
crazy
CVC
long
number
hair.
on the back.
Yeah,
or
right?
CVV number on the back.
That is hilarious. Dude, you should get a guitar. I actually have an extra one, but I could show you a few moves.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good, but I'm not in any band or anything like that. It's just a hobby, but I get obsessed with my hobbies. So
He's slowly building his own record.
I very, very slowly.
Well, I'd like to be a part of it. Let's make that happen.
Dude, you should, man. It's
We
fun.
could-
I love
we could
guitar.
make a ska band. I play trumpet.
We could make a ska band.
We could. I would do more than 3 chords though. I usually do off rhythms and stuff like that. Try to build like syncope and all. I love syncopation.
I can pretend to play drums. I did it for 3 years.
Exactly. You did it in drum
We got a
corps for 3
band.
years.
We got a fucking band.
Exactly. Which all shit's digital. You can just have a computer play it for you.
You can take
know?
our voices and we can sound like angels.
Exactly.
We just
Yeah.
can't
What do
play
we
any
think we're
live
doing right
shows.
here? This sounds like shit until we mix it.
Auto tune it to shit. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I love music though. I'm slowly trying to make an album. I don't know if I'm ever going to do it and release it, but it's
You're 2 songs in.
3.
Oh, 3?
Yeah.
Are they
I've only
original?
seen 2.
They're all
yeah,
original.
They're
Yeah. My third one I haven't even showed you yet.
Yeah.
The third one's more.
First 2 are on our site.
Yeah, first one on the site. You know what though? The problem is it's just me doing it. Like I need like another head in there. Like
Producer.
I need a producer and like a sound engineer would be nice because I have
Dibs.
like yeah right. I literally have everything in my head of what I want in a song, but getting it from here to playing all the instruments to mixing it is so much fucking work that it's so hard to do on my own that I'm like, how the fuck does Trent Reznor do this? You
I'm
know?
off on 14th.
Okay.
So I'll
good
come
for
over.
you.
No, so are you. So I'll come over and we'll just
We should
that
do
all day.
something because if I had some help, like it's just a bitch to do on my own that I would be a little faster because I am writing and I have so much stuff written out, like planned out, and I play about every day for like half an hour in the morning or at night. I'm always playing, just diddling
He
around.
plays his guitar, cries, then masturbates.
Yes.
While he eats
Yeah.
his
I thought
Hungry
it was-
Man dinner.
While I play,
I
I
thought
tap
it was
with one hand.
play the guitar, masturbate, then cry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Into
think,
his Hungry Man dinner.
I think I've been
into my kill shake.
I've been looking for a hobby, and I think that's gonna be my next one. I'd like to get back into music, and
It's fun, dude.
yeah.
Like I mean, I have this nice keyboard over here I use for drumming. It's over.
Okay.
You probably can't see it. For drumming and all like the ancillary stuff that's not guitar or bass and stuff because I have like
Yep.
the bass and guitar over there in the corner.
Lifehacker last week actually had this awesome series about recording your own audio. And it was all about audio mixing and stuff and then how to play instruments on a keyboard that are not a keyboard.
MIDI. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called MIDI.
No, to play drums and stuff.
Is this like Sheldon with the
MIDI files. That's
Oh,
the best
yeah,
one.
the-
jazz band final right there.
Yeah, right.
He hates Big Bang Theory.
I don't. Hey! I don't hate Big Bang Theory.
How
I
can
just
you
think
hate-
it's a piece of shit.
Fuck yes.
Yes, finally.
3 seconds left. Finally.
How can you hate the Big Bang Theory?
I
The
don't.
theremin. That was the instrument, by the way.
The Fairman.
The theremin. Yeah, the theremin's cool. Nine Inch Nails have used it. I don't think it's funny.
Can I talk to you about reverse persecution?
Yes.
Because
Are you gonna
honestly-
lynch me?
No. Like I've been an athletic,
You're not
and
black
very
enough.
physical person my entire life. But I grew up on comic books. I'm a very nerdy person. I went to school for pre med, and hopefully one day in 10 years going to finish med school. Like in my mind, I'm the king of the nerds. Like
Yeah.
I love that stuff. That's
Me
right.
too.
My t-shirt collection is awesome. When I go to the comic book store and I get dirty looks,
Yeah.
no one takes me seriously when I talk about these things, and people think that I make it up, and it
Right.
kind of bothers me. But honestly, I love the Big Bang Theory. I
I-
get it.
I tried to. I watched the first like 10, 11 episodes, and I tried to really, because like these guys, every like people in their
It's
50s were telling me it's so good. People in their 20s were like, "This is the great," and I'm like, I really, really tried to love it.
It's the best show
Okay,
on
know what
TV.
you
I
need to do?
tried.
It was like 4 months ago. Neil deGrasse Tyson had Bill Prady on Star Talk Radio, and they talked about the cultural significance of Big Bang Theory, and they go through like the development of the characters and stuff, and how like they came to be, and like
I'm
all the
sure
different
it's
things.
and
Listen to that, and then watch the show.
Who's your favorite? And don't say Penny.
Leonard?
Leonard is your favorite. I like Wallowitz.
Yeah, he's funny as shit. Though.
Did you watch the episode where he made the voices?
Oh yeah,
That's my
it's
favorite
second,
episode of all
Second
time.
to last episode.
They're
yeah.
playing Dungeons and Dragons, and he makes perfect Nicolas Cage, Al Pacino, and there's one more. Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
impressions.
He
while they're-
starts off as the tree who's starting the Dungeons and Dragons thing. And he sounds like Nicolas Cage.
He sounds just like Nicolas
He's like,
Cage.
this is it. This is how it's gonna fucking be. He starts like swearing and stuff, but it's like he's like all into it. And it
And-
sounds like crazy Nicolas Cage. It's hilarious.
awesome. It's probably the
I
best
tried.
episode.
I'm not saying I will never like. I respect everybody else loving it. Like, great. It's not. I don't get it. Like, it's not on my radar for some weird reason. Which
Well,
know
he's-
me.
yeah.
I am like the queen of the nerds. I guess.
Yeah.
You know, if you're the king, I'm the queen. you know.
That just means he likes to
That's
be on the
okay.
bottom.
I feel like we did meet today for the first time.
Yeah.
After
3 years.
Love letters.
I don't believe
for 3
you
years.
existed for the longest time. Like, honestly,
and
Dave thought it was Brett
I'll
on the
be-
other end of the computer.
I'll be serious. I literally thought Brett was fucking with me, trolling me. Like, he made up this really cool dude, Edgar, on
It's my
Twitter.
split personality.
Yeah.
A
and
lot
it
of
was like-
people don't believe that I'm a real person until they meet me, and then they're disappointed.
Dude, it was, I am not disappointed, but it was like 4 times that you were supposed to hang out with him.
Yeah.
This
And
is
you
true.
missed him every time.
And you were like, "Oh, you know, I keep Edgar canceled."
What
And
was
I'm like,
the most
"What the fuck,
what was the
Brett?"
most recent one? New Year's Eve or something like that?
no,
No, it
it was
wasn't
like
yours.
Halloween.
yeah, Halloween.
we
that
hung
was-
out on Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
fun.
it was so funny because I had to work the next day early, so I think I might
Yeah,
have
you
just
left.
Yeah, so
really
Dave
early.
left
and he
at,
got
like,
there
half-
like 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
We were like 2 shifts passing in the night. But no, it was funny because I was like,
Oh,
"This."
no, you
I
didn't.
literally did not. Yeah, right. I literally did not think this motherfucker existed. I was like, "This is not like Brett has fucking with me," and like it's like a long run joke. In like 5 years,
The
he's gonna be like,
longest running joke.
he's like, "This
ever.
Edgar guy doesn't exist, Dave."
That's
Sorry,
because
you know?
some of the stuff that happens to me is unreal, and it's
Well-
so stupid it can't be true.
some of the stories, I'm like, "This is you're making this up, Brett."
I have a Naperville story from today. You know how traffic is that bad on Ogden, right?
Yes.
Okay, so today I'm driving home, and I work 5 minutes away from my house, which is beautiful. But I took Ogden home like a fool, and there was a group of high school kids actually in a car trying to turn left in front of me. And what I didn't realize was traffic was stopped because there was a stalled car, and it was by the car dealerships. I don't know if you know over here.
Yeah.
And they were trying to turn, and basically they got stuck in the middle of the road. So what ended up happening is they're trying to look over, and I drive a bigger SUV. I'm trying to wave them through. And I rolled down my window, and I was like, "There's no one coming, go." And this girl yells out the window, "Fuck you, sunglasses man." And I had a pair of Oakleys. And first of all, I'm thinking in my brain, I'm like, of all the things you could have called me.
Sunglasses, man.
Second of all, okay, go fuck yourself. So, because I honked, and I told him, at first I said, "Stop."
Yeah.
You know, there's a car coming. And the car went and just blew through the green light, and traffic was stopped, and they were trying to go. And then I beeped, and I'm like, go, go. And they're just being stupid kids. And a car pretty much almost sideswiped them, and they ended
Oh
up,
my God.
up on the curb and stuff like that. And that's what you get for trying to help people, no
Yeah.
good deed. So
Nothing. But you
I
can't
don't
make
know.
that. Like, you can't make that.
no, you
story
can't
up.
make shit like that up. I mean,
Yeah.
just stupid people, man.
Yeah, people could be dumb, especially like when they're young like that. They probably didn't realize that you were yelling to help them. They were probably like, "Look at this sunglass man. Sunglasses. He thinks he's all that shit. He doesn't even read comic books."
No,
and then they just went. You know,
We saw him. He's a tourist.
he
Well,
doesn't
I
exist.
I remember that night they did the midnight release for Flashpoint last year or 2 years ago.
Yes.
And we went there and stuff, and even the guy who runs the store, Jim, was just kind of like giving you a weird look. And Jim's a weird dude.
I got weird looks. He did not appreciate that I was there, and I was very excited for Flashpoint and the New 52.
Yeah.
And
It
I was the
con-
only one to clap when he made his weird little intro when he said, "This is the birth of a new universe," and no one laughed, even the nerds.
Yeah.
wow.
But I went
really?
like this.
He gave him a slow clap, and Jim was like, "Get the fuck out of my store."
That's crazy.
Stop patronizing me.
Well, I feel like, and we're all big nerds here. Like, I feel like nerddom has kind of become more accepted.
It's the mainstream now.
It's definitely the mainstream now, and it's fun as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much fun to have like Doctor Who and all that shit going around.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely more accepted.
Childish excitement.
Exactly. Like you get like I get glee when there's like a new episode of Doctor Who on.
When
and
you
shit
get a
like
new
that.
episode of Glee,
And when, something I can turn
Actually
off.
a
That.
good
Horrible show.
it's actually a good
Please.
show.
It's
No,
not a
it's
horrible
horrible.
show.
Sorry, the music is good.
No.
Hey, if I want to listen to that music, I just find the original artist.
Exactly. I've tried to watch that show, and I wanted to.
The
kill
stories are
myself.
terrible.
right.
Absolutely terrible. I solely watch it for the music.
I will say that the music is most of the time put well. Like they sing, those kids can sing.
Yeah.
But then then you listen to, like he said, the originals or like their iTunes. Like they play at my place of work. Don't say it, but they play their cover of
Hooters?
Drugstore?
Yeah, the drugstore work at.
Hooters.
They play one of the covers from Glee of oh my god, what the fuck's the song called? I didn't mean
Is this
to.
Tortilla Land?
Yeah, right. Oh my god, is that
99
fucking
red
commercial
balloons?
everywhere? Have you heard of that Tortilla Land commercial?
No, I have no idea. What you're
Oh
talking
my
about.
god, it's not just my place of work, thankfully, but it's
We'll
so
play
many.
it off air.
Yeah, because I don't get sued. But it's like this creepy dude like yelling about. He's like, "Take me to Tortilla Land."
It's like this creepy pedophile
Yeah,
guy.
and
wait,
then all
but
these
wait.
kids in his cellar
These
chime
kids
in.
start singing with him.
You take that Tortilla Lane commercial and read the book that I recommended to you, and it's gonna creep you out even more. Perfect. Because that book, we won't mention it because I don't know what the ramifications of that
No, you
are
can
on
say
TV.
it. That's fine.
The new book by Joe Hill, and he talks about Christmas Land, and it's where he takes the children.
Yeah.
But Nosferatu, I mean, obviously he's a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
I'll have to check that out. I'm glad you told me that
Yeah.
book because I need a new one.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's what was I gonna say? It's I fucking I was gonna make a joke about that, but it just left my head.
Sorry, man.
God.
Tortilla Land.
No, Tortilla Land. I was gonna say if you like that, I'm like, well, I'm gonna fit in with the children or something. No,
Well,
it was some pedophile joke I was gonna make.
Where are you going to go?
Pedophilia is a good thing. Just
No, it
kidding.
is not.
Where are you going to go? Santa's Village?
That reminds
Exactly.
me of
Closed.
The Office. When Steve Carell's making a dating profile and he makes his username Little Kid Lover 40.
Yes,
And he's
he
like,
does.
I want women to know that I like kids.
Oh man,
I love that shit.
back when that show was good.
Yeah,
Actually,
how about it?
I think one of the funniest episodes of that is when he gets brought into like the head of like headquarters for Dunder Mifflin, and Jan's getting like investigated for sexual harassment, and he keeps saying that's what she said. I almost pissed myself
It's
watching
so
that
funny.
episode.
Well, that's where it became so much more popular in the
Yeah.
mainstream is from that show.
Yeah.
I like the one where he hits Meredith with his car.
I haven't
Yes.
seen past season
It was
Have you
three.
seen that
funny.
one?
Oh my god, yeah.
And then he's explaining himself to the people. He's like, sometimes you hit people with your car.
yeah, it happens, you know.
Managers make mistakes.
You know what I noticed the other day? He plays the same character pretty much in everything.
Steve Carell, yeah,
Yeah,
he's very
he-
similar.
Evan Almighty was on TV yesterday. I was like, oh my god, it's the same. I forgot what Michael Scott. It's Michael Scott in everything.
Yeah, he's
He's
one-
got a serious movie called Dan in Real Life.
This is a good movie.
And douchebag Dane Cook is in it too.
Hey, don't hate on Dan Cook.
You like Dan
Are
Cook.
you kidding me?
I like Dan Cook.
Did you hear what he did in Boston?
No.
They had a free benefit, and everything was supposed to be free and streamed on Yahoo.
Oh, didn't he charge or something?
As soon as he came on stage, and I love Dan Cook. Or I used to. But I don't appreciate this. All the proceeds were
Why
gonna-
did I just hear the tricorder noise?
That's my
Awesome.
message thing. See?
That is awesome.
Um,
I'm like, why do I hear a tricorder? What the hell is going on here? Star Trek isn't on TV.
all the proceeds were supposed to go to the victims of what happened in Boston. And I guess
He's from Boston.
when he took the stage, everything went black and it was down for about 25 minutes. Then he tweets, "Sorry guys, I didn't want anyone to see my new material." So he did not let them record him while he was
Really?
on stage, and it was this big to do. Now I don't give a shit, but if you're doing a free benefit, do it, or maybe don't do new material,
yeah, use your
douchebag.
old shit.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah, that's kind of a douchey thing
It
for
is.
community to
Incredibly
do for
douchey.
a benefit that they've invited you to. That's pretty shitty. He had a hard run too. You think he'd be more like karma driven to be nice?
Like no
Yeah.
kidding. I mean, he was nobody, and then he made a shitty movie with Jessica Simpson, and he was, you know,
You got to send
somebody.
me that ringtone because I
he
need that now.
well, you know about his brother. Okay, so his parents both died within a year of each other.
Oh yeah.
I
and
did
his
hear that.
brother
That's very sad, yeah.
and his brother stole his money, or somebody in his family stole his
I did
money.
hear he did get ripped off.
Yeah, he got fucked, and that's why he like left for a year to take some personal time because he was going nuts. And then he started to come back now, but that is a douche move.
That was actually one of his funniest stand-ups was in his most recent one. It was like this really small theater, isolated incident.
Yeah,
and he's
see
talking
that.
about doing playing the like the delete game, going through, and his mom's phone number is still in there.
Yes.
And he dials it one last time, and it's like, "This is Donna. Guess who's in Cabo?"
Yep.
It's like, "Mom, you fucking died of cancer." No,
Hold on.
no.
Parks and Rec. Do you watch it? Yes
Oh,
or no?
fuck yeah.
Absolutely. Have you watched the episode with Andy where he's interviewing? He's being interviewed by the cop because he's trying to be a cop now.
Yes.
Okay, and he tells him, "What would you do?" And he's talking basically about ethics. He's like, "If you pulled your dad over and you had to give him a ticket," and he's like, "All right. Well, first of all, I'd be like, Dad, what the fuck? You're alive?"
Yes. I love that. It's exactly what it. Yes. Oh my god.
That's what that reminds me of. And the cop's just like this. Or his training officer.
Yeah, well, the whole joke is, and he's like, "Guess who's in Cabo?" And it's like his mom. He's like, he's like, "Well, what the fuck? What about Dad? Dad died of cancer too. Is Dad there with you?" No, your dad actually did die with cancer. No, I'm kidding. Dave, here he is. Dad's on the phone.
Oh my god.
Speaking of Andy from Parks and Rec, have you guys been following up on Guardians of the Galaxy at all?
Very intermittently.
Can
What
we,
is-
or
what is it- what
how
is it?
I've named
next
it
Marvel
the
movie?
next weirdest movie in history.
Why?
That movie has the weirdest cast of all time.
Really? What is it?
It ties together all
All
of
the
like,
Marvel movies. It's
like,
going to be the
above
Marvel
Avengers.
Star Wars.
Now, see, I am not like Marvel versus the other one. I don't really know
Comics.
comic books, and I'm
Really?
a terrible.
I've tried.
I know
to
it's
give
weird,
him,
isn't
like,
it?
I gave
Well,
him
see-
the first 3 detective comics for the new 52.
See, the
and
thing
he's like,
about
"I don't get it."
Guardians of the Galaxy, it was really popular when like we were little, and then it kind of died out. But
Yeah.
now with the whole interstellar plot with the aliens and the Avengers, it's basically gonna blast into Avengers 2. And you got some weird characters. You got a guy who's a tree. You got
An ent?
It's a very messed
basically, and he's like an assassin. You got Zoe Saldana, who I guess is playing an alien and also an assassin. You got a talking raccoon that loves guns and bombs.
Whoa.
You have
what?
Andy, who's a spaceman, but then he discovers he's the son of an alien, also loves guns and bombs, and he's got like some kind of special powers. You got the Marvel equivalent of the Green Lantern, which is the Nova Corps, who Glenn Close is playing the high-ranking officer. I'm telling you, this is weird, but
It's weird. I've been
but-
watching this stuff on IO9
Batista,
for
the
past couple
wrestler, is actually the green-skinned. I don't even know the guy's name.
weeks. The Hulk.
No. It's
The green skin guy.
Big guy.
there's
you
a
know?
green monster who's part of this team, and it's Batista. I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then you have Benicio del Toro, who's a pretty respectable actor, and he's playing the bad guy.
What's this
They
called?
say Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
And then on my
They're saying
Twitter,
2016 for that, I think, right?
I don't know. I didn't look. I know they're.
Because Avengers 2
2014.
comes out first, and then
Well, yeah, no, I think of Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man,
2014.
Doctor Strange.
they're doing Doctor Strange now too.
Phase 4 is going to be Ant-Man, and Edgar Wright, I think, is producing that.
That'll be weird.
The stills are on my Twitter. If you haven't seen the suit, check it out.
Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out in 2014, so August 1st, 2014.
Interesting.
And I mean, these are movies that I mean, when I was little, I wish they made them, and I'm glad they're making them now.
We have the technology now.
Exactly.
We have the
better.
technology.
We can rebuild him.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've never heard of that. I I don't think we ever talked about my comic book. Not hatred, but I cannot sit down and read a comic
Oh,
book.
is that
I've
what
tried.
this shit was that you were tweeting the other day?
This is show Dave. This is going to be
Here,
the
I'll
suit
send
in
it to you.
Ant-Man. And
Oh.
basically, it looks
Save.
kick ass.
I could save this. That's weird.
That's pretty cool.
I wish that I like comic books. I've tried. When I was younger, I tried comics. I read novels.
Do you like graphic novels?
It's a comic book.
Well,
No, it's
Kind
not.
of.
kind of. There's
No,
more like
I don't. Like, I like to theater of the mind. Like, I like to just read a straight book. Or watch a
Speaking
movie.
of, I just picked up Leviathan Wakes today. It's part of the Expanse series. Apparently, it's like this huge like space opera, like
Never heard of
trilogy. I'd never heard of it either, and I keep seeing it pop up on IO9, so I picked it up.
did you ever read Ender's Game?
I know, but they're making a movie of
You
it.
need to read the book first.
Yeah,
I could totally see you loving that book.
probably. Well, I've read like, all the Dragonlance books. I've read like the Foundation books. I've read all those series.
What about Neil Gaiman?
What did he write?
He's your new favorite author, buddy. Check him out. He writes a lot of Doctor Who scripts, and people don't
Oh,
realize
really?
who he is. He wrote a comic book series in the 90s called The Sandman, and it's my favorite comic book of all time. And he does do a lot
American
of
Gods.
American Gods. He does a lot of novellas, but then he does a lot of, and what I mean by that is like short stories and anthologies.
Yeah.
And then he does novels. His newest one comes out in June, and I bought it for myself for my birthday. I pre-ordered it a while back, and that'll be what I read next after Nosferatu. But he gets inside your head. American Gods. That should be another book you check out
American
too.
Yeah, I
Gods?
still need
They're
to
going to
read.
make it into an HBO special,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah, HBO or Showtime. I don't remember which.
No.
I'm good.
I'll take another one.
I'll check that out. After I read Nosferatu, I'll definitely check that
You
out.
have to, yeah. It's worth. I didn't buy it. I rented it from the library, but I'd probably buy it.
Did
I'd
he
buy
did he
them,
do
yeah.
Brave New World too?
Brave New World.
Yeah, who did that?
Aldous Huxley.
Okay,
One
I
of the
can remember.
greatest writers of our time.
Yeah. Hey, you keep telling me to read that one too, and I keep forgetting to pick it up.
I'm good.
Yeah, dude. No, I for some reason comics don't click. I've tried. Like I've tried.
I've given 'em
I've
a
tried
bunch.
harder in comics than I did with
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory. Thank you. And like, and I'm like a huge fucking nerd, but like something about a book. My problem with comics is when I read them, I get so like antsy and like I keep looking down. I can't concentrate on each panel.
Yeah.
Well, I did read an article, I think it was yesterday, where there's some people who like comics because it's all set out in a page for you, and then there's other people who prefer like a novel where you kind of run through it in your brain.
Theater
Like,
of the mind.
You
Yeah,
can
that's
see
it.
it in your brain.
Yeah, I make my own. And that's I've
You know
always
what
had an
you
issue
should
with
do?
comics.
Try comics on your little bullshit tablet because you do it panel by panel.
That might be helpful. That might be better to just swing.
I did do that for a while, like
That
in
would-
school.
I like the actual like smell of the ink though.
because
That's
the
why I like
drawing
reading
is
books.
like it's amazing, and I love looking at the drawings, and I respect
love
the
the
fuck out of it.
artwork.
I just like I can't like when you guys talk about it, I'm just like I'm not quite there. Like I'm more of I like to read a novel or listen to an audiobook, and that's why I listen to so many podcasts. And
so
stuff.
is Dave not coming with us to Comic-Con in August? Or
What?
When is it this year?
I-
WizardCon or what is it? We always say we're going to go.
C2E2
We
is in
never
April.
go.
It was over my birthday.
No, the one that's in August that we always say we're going to go. We never go.
C2E2. It's in
Isn't?
April.
Is it in April or in August?
It was April. It was
yeah,
over
it
my
already
birthday.
happened. I couldn't go to it because I worked. I would have gone to it though.
Which one is in August then? Because even Vanessa wanted
There
to
was
go.
a Stargate Con last year in August.
No,
that I
there is.
really
He's
wanted
right.
to
There
go
is
to.
something in August.
There
that's
is
like a
something,
Comic-Con.
and it's a convention.
Wizard World.
Maybe. Oh yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I can go to Wizard World.
We should go.
It's not just comics. I used to play Magic.
I wanted to
Me
get
too.
into
Gathering.
that, and my parents would never buy me the cards because they were
Really?
demonic.
We need to play D&D soon.
No, we gotta play Fiasco, motherfucker.
D&D.
Yeah,
Fiasco.
We just played Fiasco. You probably would like Fiasco too.
It's a fun game.
Fiasco is an interesting RPG game. It's weird. How do you describe it?
It's
You know how we tried with you?
Shenanigans.
Yeah, shenanigans ensued.
it.
little
There's really no
shenanigans.
explanation for it other than there's a shitload of dice in the middle, and you roll them all at the same time, and then you pick out like stuff and like the number. You gotta get a need, location, objective, or an object, and then like relationships. So say like we're playing, I can only build stuff between these two. I can't build between me and you.
Mhm.
You'd be able to build between you, Edgar, and Dave.
Okay.
So it's like we couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything.
He's
So-
doing a shit job explaining this. So basically,
You gotta explain like
Called
that
him
part.
out.
You gotta explain that part.
no, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
Basically, you get a scenario.
Scenario if you're an
You build your
asshole.
own.
You basically you roll
your own.
dice and you get to pick basic like elements of the scenario, like needs, locations, and then
Is
Relationship.
this like Warlords of Ka'a?
no, but you sit around the table and you guys decide the story, and then you act out parts of it. So you'll be like, okay, it's your turn. Who you're gonna meet
I could
with this guy?
I could either create it for me or have you guys create it, and I could decide
That's
how I
pretty
want it to
cool.
turn
I
out.
kind
It's-
of like
I could
that.
have it turn out bad for me or good for me.
Yeah.
And when you're drinking,
Yes.
oh boy,
And it's cool because like you basically you have a little bit of chance with the dice, but you also have to be like, how am I going to play this role? Am I gonna when we're talking and we're meeting at these places? Am I gonna fuck with you? Are you gonna fuck with me? Because you could fuck each other over a lot.
I played the role of a two-faced bastard. On
He
Sunday.
did, yes. And like it's fun. Like it's weird to describe, but when you play it, you're like, this is actually a pretty intelligent, smart game. We were doing like a 1936
Yeah.
LA Noir style game. This last
that's
one.
cool. I could get into that.
But there's different. There's ones in like. There's one like after. Actually, this one we want to do next. It's post after in this Age of Dragons that you've killed the big dragon.
Okay.
And you've won.
Okay.
And it's you trying to assimilate back into normal life. Like you kill the dragon, you get the gold.
Dragon veteran.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're like, now what? Like you're like,
It's what happens after the epic
Yes.
climax.
And you're like,
I should get a girlfriend.
I saved the princess, but now I'm just gonna go fuck her.
exactly. You're like, what the fuck happened?
That'll get a mortgage on a tower. Or a
Exactly.
castle.
Like, it was cool though. It's a really fun game because
Sorry.
my relationship with Dave was like a working thing.
Okay.
And then my relationship
Andrew's
with
a working girl.
and then my relationship with the guy to my right was dirty cop / client.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really fun. We actually want
You're
to.
all
It's a-
kinds of menagerie over there.
It took place around a sausage factory,
Yeah, I owned the sausage factory.
and Dave also had dementia.
Yes. We want to play it. We want to play it on air sometime. Like the three of us playing it. Edgar would be awesome in
Yeah,
this too.
you should join.
I will.
It's fun. It's such a weird game.
Would it be weird to live stream like D&D, or would it be funny as shit to
I think
live
people
stream?
would
make
be-
it hurt if we live stream.
It would hurt. It would be
would
better
be
if
hard.
we recorded it and then cut it up together. Because there's times where you actually take. It's like now you take a break and go get a drink and stuff like that. Like halfway through. So there are times where it would be boring if people were watching. But if we cut it up into a podcast, Will Wheaton does it actually.
Yeah.
Will
Oh, does
Wheaton has podcasted.
Wheaton.
Yeah, Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah, he has.
Wesley
Who is an
Crusher.
avid LA Kings fan?
Oh, fuck Will Wheaton then.
He is. He's a huge nerd.
I know he is, but
he has
he's
a
a Kings
hilarious
fan. And if he's
reoccurring-
watching this, he will realize as a fellow hockey player.
He's wrong, but he'll figure it out.
He
We'll do it.
has a hilarious reoccurring role in Big Bang Theory.
Oh,
Yeah, he does.
once again, Big
Evil
Bang
Will
Theory.
Wheaton. He plays an evil version of himself.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's pretty
And
funny.
Sheldon hates him.
Yeah.
Isn't he like a really nice person in real
Yeah,
life?
yeah. Sheldon is like in like Sheldon's like mortal enemies list. Will Wheaton is like number 6.
Wow.
And they run into him all the time.
Which is pretty hilarious
Yeah.
because they're nerds. You'd think they would love Will Wheaton.
Yeah, they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
right.
he hates
And
on Will
sh-
Wheaton because when he was like 7 years old, he was going to a Star Trek
Oh,
convention
yes.
in Florida, and he had an obsession with Wesley Crusher because he had an eidetic memory like Sheldon does, and he was all excited to meet him. And he gets there, and Will Wheaton didn't show up because he decided he could be this. He found out got a better offer to be the top right square on Hollywood Squares.
No, but
Holy
doesn't he use
shit.
it against him? And he tells him that his Mima was
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
He tells him that his Meemaw died,
And then
that's why he
Sheldon
wasn't there.
forfeits the game that they're
Yeah.
playing. Yeah.
It was
Wow,
awesome.
that
It
is
was like
funny.
some
And then-
card game like Magic.
And then they find out that Will Wheaton was actually lying, and Sheldon hates him even more.
Yes.
That is funny.
It's
See,
like an
hilarious.
ongoing thing. Like I think like ever since like season 2 or 3.
It's up until like
there's-
season 5, and then they become friends.
Yeah.
so I almost feel like because what I really
And
really hate,
Brent Spiner replaces him as number 6
Yeah.
on his mortal enemy list.
I really hate the laugh track too. Like laugh tracks.
There's no laugh track.
There's no
after
laugh
After
track.
after season 1, it's
I know
gone.
what you
They
guys
cut
said,
it
but
out.
after season 1, it's a live studio audience.
right, which I think would be better because I hate that sitcom attitude.
But the shitty thing is you have to get through season 1 to understand
Season
the
1
later
is
stuff.
really funny though.
Yeah.
You have to really. Give
I
it a
did.
shot,
And it's not like I didn't laugh. I did laugh. I did genuinely laugh at some parts, or at least be like, I understand the humor in this. Like I get like this could be really funny.
I think
but
I think it's in season 2 or 3. It's like the 4th episode of one of those seasons where Penny gets addicted to playing Age of Conan.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Which is like wow.
Hilarious.
And she looks like
Yeah, I
a
know what you're
degenerate.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
I might
I
give it
feel
another-
like it's like any show in its first run. You know,
Yeah.
like Doctor Who. I know that it's been around for years. Okay, I love that show. It took me months to get through the 9th season.
But you know what though? I think the thing is it's been pumped up for me by everybody. Everybody loves Big Bang Theory, and then I watched part of the first season, and I'm like, is this And I
You
think
just gotta
that
power through it, man.
I think that's what I need to do is just
Yeah.
power through the last
Just
like
sit
4 or 5
down,
episodes.
masturbate, and then watch.
Yeah.
If
Well,
you
can I
can't-
masturbate while I watch?
Yeah,
I
only
mean,
to
Penny's
Penny.
kinda
Penny.
cute. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And what's
Penny's
her
pretty
face?
I like how you're like to Penny, right? Like it's gonna be Penny. It's not gonna be the dude.
Oh, there's rules with me being your friend.
You must only masturbate to women, occasionally men.
done.
Like
I mean, to women.
like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Come on your pants.
yeah, you can masturbate to him all you want.
There's 2 people whose last names I cannot pronounce. Benedict Cumberbatch
Cumber.
Careful.
and the
Patch.
super hot Nicole Scherzinger,
What?
Scherzinger?
lead singer to the Pussycat Dolls. Google her.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck
I
you're
don't know
talking
who
about.
that is.
I dare you to say her last name because you can't.
If I knew who it was, I probably could.
Do it on your phone.
My phone.
It's Scherzinger. Nicole Scherzinger.
I don't know who that
You're not
is.
German, are you?
Clearly.
Neither am I, and I can still probably pronounce it.
Yeah. That's Scherzinger.
It's that Polish background. I
There
think.
you go.
It's so close.
We
Polish.
hardy
we're-
Eastern European boys.
Where W's are V's.
Exactly. All right, should we do the what the fuck?
well, we didn't.
Rick
we didn't,
Moranis?
we didn't talk about Vine. We
Oh,
started to.
someone
and
someone
then
took something to the face.
we
He's-
didn't talk
he's
about
down on
Vine.
the,
How much? What's our ETA? Because I gotta go hit the head.
Go
You gotta,
ahead.
who are you gonna even head now? You gotta go give head to somebody.
No, I gotta go drain the main vein.
You can go pee.
Bleed the dragon.
While we do
Just let
this.
him go.
Yeah.
He got up and took a shit for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, right.
I didn't notice.
Where did you think we were talking about Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
You're
was
welcome to
after
go.
that.
You're welcome to go pee
Yeah,
anytime.
This is when you
Just
guys were talking about Dane Cook and his
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 blackout.
antics.
Which the whole time I'm sitting there taking a shit, I go,
go pee.
I
Go
really
pee.
want to put something about Rick Moranis in this, but
you
I'm taking
should.
a shit. Well, no, Rick Moranis, he was huge in the 80s, you know, with Spaceballs, Ghostbusters, Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. And then everyone's like, what happened to him? His wife died and he quit Hollywood to take care of his kids.
Really?
Yep,
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah, he did. He kind of like got out of the limelight. So
It's
let's.
like family's more important. Go
Should we
fuck
do the what
yourself.
the fuck moment?
Let's talk about Vine because I want to. I always
did
wanna-
already.
No, we did. We mentioned it and then we
And we
changed
went
the
to-
subject.
Yeah, let's go back to Vine.
We both did our first Vines today.
We both took our Vineginity.
Yep, that was an awesome name for a first Vine too.
Thank you.
I didn't see yours because I pulled it up at work, so I didn't hear your. Here's your. I did not hear yours with audio at work. Let's play both of our Vines today.
I will giggity.
They're only 6 seconds. So.
Yeah, that's all as long as I can last. All right, let me get mine up on the stream here.
Get it up.
Joverson took a puck. I can't see because the chair's in the way. It looked like to the inside of the leg.
Ooh, yeah, he's hobbling a little bit.
All right,
That will bruise in the morning.
I will play mine first. Do you mind, Brett?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Save the best for last, Dave. Play
Yeah.
Brett's first.
I'll let this play twice. on this. It's really stupid.
It's really stupid. It's funny as shit, though.
It's just I was like, what? Because I did
don't
like
get it.
4 or 5 before that, and I was like, fuck, I'm terrible at this. I'm like, I'm just gonna turn it on and just do it because you have to hold the button down.
Oh, that's right. You can't just tap it and go.
Yeah, you have to hold the button. So I was like, I'm just gonna do this, like just something really stupid and off the cuff. All right, this is Brett's is really really good. You don't really need audio, but we're gonna do audio anyway for it. I like Brett's a lot.
It's me munching on a burrito from Chipotle.
Yeah, this is basically step by step. Brett eating a burrito and then stabbing the tinfoil with a fork. I think it's really well done.
I thought it was
stop
conquer-
motion.
Yeah,
It's
conquer
like-
the burrito.
Yeah, and you actually got Chipotle to tweet you about that.
Yeah, I tagged. I was like, "This is how you Chipotle tweets," and
Yeah.
Chipotle tweeted me back. Can you pull it up on there on Twitter? Or no, I'll pull it up on mine. I tagged Chipotle in it, and I said, "This is how Chipotle tweets burrito,"
And they said-
it's Vine, and they tweeted me back and says, "Well done, you have successfully consumed a delicious burrito from Joe."
Yes, they did, and that's freaking hilarious. Like
It was
they're
awesome.
They're a great company. So, so we discovered Vine for Android because it finally was released.
Yeah, finally yesterday. Let's talk about the kid who crashed Vine yesterday.
Yeah, what the fuck? Tell me the story about
Okay,
that.
so this 16-year-old kid who's like this whiz kid Android developer who is actually starting an internship with Pocket next week or something like that. I know it was with Pocket. I don't remember when it was that he starts his internship, but he figured out a way to. Okay, I still got
Thank you.
one here, but okay, I'll chug him.
Thank you.
I
I thought you left me out. What?
Dave, you
So
don't get
this
any.
kid
you have the can.
figures out-
Don't open that. I got you one of these.
Oh, you did? Oh, nice.
he figured out a way to he decompiled the app code for the Android app for Vine and backhacked the API to allow him to upload a movie longer than 6 seconds. And he uploaded the full Rick Astley Rickroll music video.
That is insane that he did
And
that.
he got it stuck on a loop, and it went viral, and Vine crashed.
Speaking about viral videos, have you seen the one about the kid where they're doing the national anthem and his cymbal breaks? He's got the crash cymbals, and right up in front.
Are we talking about me or a kid?
a kid?
Okay.
Probably junior high, where they're doing the national anthem. You got the snare drum in the middle, dead center. You got like 2 bands in the background, like middle school bands, concert bands, and then you got the snare in the middle, bass drum to the right of them when you're looking at them, and then the crash cymbals. Well, after one of the crash cymbals,
Boom, crash.
the handle falls apart and the cymbal just crashes to the ground. And the kid like looks at it. He quick thinking on his part. He sets the other cymbal down, and then he just salutes the flag.
Interesting.
And like the
That
girl
is not as interesting as Vine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
no, but it's really cool to see the kid like
That's
have
pretty
so,
actually badass,
so much
though.
composure that he was actually able to like think on the fly and do that.
Yeah, because you're like, oh fuck. Yeah, I can't believe they crashed Vine though.
That was awesome.
That's
And it was a
16
Rickroll.
That's insane.
4.5 minutes.
Wow.
And it plays on a loop.
Wow.
Just keeps going.
That kid is
And
badass.
The kid got a direct message on Twitter from a Twitter engineer who works on Vine to ask him to remove the Vine
Yeah.
because it was fucking their servers.
Wow. Good for that 16-year-old kid.
I
That's
thought it was
hilarious.
amazing. That kid is going to go down in like the record books. For
Right. That's
quickest,
and he's only
quickest hack.
16.
Didn't
He did it yesterday when the app for Android came out. He decompiled the app, reverse hacked their API to allow it to upload. He said he won't release the exploit until Vine has patched it, so more people won't do it.
Right, he doesn't want everybody, because if you get that power to like somebody anonymous or
Oh, yeah.
some douchebag, they're gonna put like a virus on there or some
Oh,
shit.
Speaking about Anonymous, didn't their Twitter get hacked?
No,
That would be epically hilarious.
no,
I thought I
'cause they
saw
would
somewhere.
they would burn down that country.
I thought I saw
whatever,
somewhere where
whatever country that person was in
Lulzsec.
would be flames.
No, I thought I saw somewhere
hacked
where
Anonymous.
where
That would be amazing.
Just
like
burn.
their
massive
rival
cyber warfare back
well,
and
the
forth.
rival hacker group. I
Lulzsec.
thought I read somewhere that they hacked it, like their Twitter feed or something.
Well, they have like a dozen, so I don't know which one.
Yeah,
they
it
are.
was probably like
Anon-
one of the ones that they barely ever use.
Lulzsec
still.
is the other one, but that one got dismantled when the person got arrested in Britain and pled guilty to criminal or cyber warfare. or
He's
something.
actually right. They hacking group Anonymous has Twitter account hacked by rival group.
That's awesome.
Told you,
It's
motherfucker.
actually on your Anon News as well. Yan.
That's funny.
Let's see.
You gotta have a
Tumblr
hobby.
bog. Blah blah blah.
Checks and balances. That's what
Oh,
everything's about.
they say now they claim it's a practical joke
Uh,
that they were hacked. Like they were just fucking around. But
I think one of the best ones that they did is when they hacked the Westboro Baptist Church.
Oh my
a couple
God.
Oh,
months
fuck
ago.
those people.
my
That
favorite
was
is
hilarious.
they redirected their website to a Blue Cross, not Blue Cross Blue Shield, to a Red Cross website, and like they got like thousands of links to it, and people were donating money.
Yeah.
Not really, because like it was so funny that like they redirected their whole website to that. Like that's
That
so
is
badass.
amazing.
Because fuck the Westboro Church.
I love DNS.
I do too. I love Anonymous. They're freaking amazing.
They do some pretty funny shit.
Yes,
Yes, they do.
freaking amazing.
So what the fuck, Andrew?
Yeah,
Well,
what the fuck moment?
Dave started humping Dakota.
No,
Then we
Please
could
don't.
then we could completely.
I don't want to
segue
see
into the
that.
story.
I don't want to see those Ted Turner babies.
it's not consensual. Hey, not Ted Turner.
She said okay.
Anybody get that call back?
Yes.
Family Guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways,
Just making sure.
the headline reads: Gerardo Perez allegedly has sex with Pitbull at Chicago.
Wait. This is not a black man.
This
What are you
is a little
doing?
insensitive to Edgar.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind.
I like
it's okay.
racism.
No, it's very okay. You know, I actually like animals more than I like people. Fuck this guy.
Would you fuck an animal though?
Well-
No, I said I don't like him.
Yikes.
I wanna
You
fuck
like
him.
it?
You're like I like
animal.
animals way more than people. I fuck them nightly.
So the story goes, the Chicago man allegedly snuck away during a tour of an animal shelter to have a one-on-one coitus with one of the dogs in the facility.
What kind of dog?
Pitbull.
Pitbull.
Okay, so balls on this guy.
Pitbulls will fuck you up, man.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Did
maybe
you
the
have
dog
him lick
was in
the
heat.
Skippy,
And got
or
maybe the dog was in heat and got confused. But anyways,
how ugly is this guy?
I know. I was about to say
I got him on the stream.
this guy's not a pretty looking man.
it looks like next would have been like a little kid or something.
Yeah, pretty
But,
much. What the fuck?
He was involved in a Wednesday tour of the Chicago Animal Care and Control Facility when he disappeared from the group. The shelter employee saw Perez in a restricted area and told the man to leave. The employee came back a short time later and said Perez was still there. This time, though, Perez was allegedly on all fours inside an animal cage and appeared to have just finished having sex with a pit bull.
Oh my god. Where was this at?
Chicago.
Oh my god.
Local story.
Local. What the fuck for the
Yeah.
win?
Yeah.
The multiple
Local
shelter
WTF
employees.
FTW.
Multiple shelter employees said that Perez stated he had sexual contact with the pit bull. He was charged with felony sexual contact with an animal and burglary, according to NBC Chicago. His bail was set at $80,000. Now, what was the burglary? He didn't steal
He
anything.
stole the
trespassed.
dog's virginity.
How do you know the dog was a virgin?
He stole the dog's innocence.
He was trespassing. They told him to leave.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that makes sense. They charged him with burglary though.
Yeah, burglary, not trespassing.
Because it was after hours and it was a tour.
He was also charged with felony sexual contact.
Well, yeah,
Isn't that just politically correct talk for raping an animal?
yeah?
Bestiality, yeah, pretty much. Wow.
That's sugarcoating it a little bit.
What a fucktard.
Oh, that's because black names haven't done anything really this week.
Black names. Andrew's so racist on the show and in life.
I'm supposed to be the racist one on
Yeah,
this show.
that's your
You're
role.
stealing my thunder.
on this comedy podcast.
Is that what we're defined as? Is a comedy?
Oh yeah, oh,
That's why
very
we
much
can
so.
say whatever the fuck we want.
Well, here, if you want me to find
I
black
see some
name,
pretty
Dude, where's my
racist
dildo?
Exactly. That's like
Brett's
compared to
sitting
what
on
we used to say.
I was
No,
keeping
that
it,
wasn't a question. That was a headline. I'm reading it.
I was gonna say I was keeping it warm for you.
Yeah, that's exactly. You're just keeping it primed and
You're
lubed.
thinking of a butt plug.
Well, here, let me see if this is a
No,
good
no,
black
full on
name.
dildo. It's plaid. It's a thermos.
Oh, here we go. There was also another story. A Bay Area girl reported missing, found hiding under bed.
Really?
Yes.
What? How
That's
stupid
not really
are these
news.
police?
I mean, exactly. How stupid are your
No.
parents?
No, police.
They parents claimed that they searched the house top to bottom, did not find this kid. Then they called the police to file a missing child report, and they found the kid under the bed.
That's awesome.
And it's a black name. I don't even know how to
It's
say it.
black.
I'm sending it to you, Dave.
Amia Renee. Wow, that's a really weird. Amia?
Is it spelled with a QU?
Amiya.
Amia?
Kim
Maya?
Kardashian's now legally divorced.
Really?
Yep.
No one cares.
Holy shit. Did she have an abortion yet?
Ooh, she probably should.
She looks like a planet.
Well, yeah, it usually happens
Their
when you get.
Earth's gravity slowed.
But yeah, that was the
Or
whole
rotation slowed, rather.
that was pretty much the whole story.
Yeah, that's
it.
a great story. The first one.
Move
was
upset with Fort Hood victims. This is the
What do you?
Muslim guy that shut up Fort Hood.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
They should hang him.
They really should hang him. That'd be good.
Firing squad.
Yeah, why we should do that. Why the fuck not?
Can I be on the firing squad?
I'd like to.
They should pick normal people to be in the firing squad because you know they're not that accurate.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
I am
most
pretty
terrifying
There's
execution of all
There's
time.
actually like 5 states that still have firing squads.
They should.
Death by firing squad. It's like Idaho, Montana, Utah. It's a couple
Well, you know,
western states.
usually 4 of the people have blanks and 1 person has a real bullet
Yeah.
because then no one knows who actually killed them
Mhm.
because they don't want them to have the guilt.
Yeah.
I have heard that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what they used to do. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with that. It's cheaper to do that than use.
It's weird though.
I
They,
got pretty
they don't
good aim.
allow
Dave
lethal
knows.
injections, but they allow firing squads. It's hangings, firing squads, and the electric chair.
Right. Well, there's a lot of criticisms of lethal injections.
Yeah,
that
'cause they
are-
say it's just like silent torture.
Yeah, because you if you look at the 3 drugs they use, you do completely shut down their nervous system so they can still feel everything. You shut down the ability for them to like show it.
It paralyzes them.
Yeah,
Which
'cause-
I think you can't prove, but who the hell is going to do the research to prove
Well,
that?
some-
Yeah.
Fuck those people.
Some
Yeah.
people who they have some like limited proof of people who they didn't give enough to and they lived.
Mhm.
And when
And
they
they get
first
to
started it,
leave too, don't they? It's like we tried to kill you and we failed.
yeah. Then
It's
if
like
they,
they
yeah, that's why they try to give you a massive dose because the last drug they use is potassium, which will stop your heart. And so
Talk
some-
about a champ. I
Yeah,
survived a
holy
lethal
shit.
injection. Who's a badass now?
yeah, right.
It's like
Not
Marv
Chuck
in Sin
Norris.
City.
yeah.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no. So some people have said like, yeah, you feel everything and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right though. It's very hard to have legitimate claims, and you know, those 3 drugs will kill you. It works. It does kill almost.
99.9% of the time.
Yes, it will kill people.
That
And
0.1% of people are total badasses.
Yeah,
when it comes
right?
down
Probably
to
don't
it.
want
way.
that guy walking around. Though.
yeah, you probably just put a bullet in his head. If he lives through the bullet, then you're fucked.
Yeah. Well, that was on
Well,
Law
he'd be
Abiding
okay if-
Citizen where they fuck up the chemicals and stuff in
Yes.
it, and it's like they sued him for torture and stuff.
Yep.
It was crazy.
Well, the guy would be okay if Dave was the one that is shooting.
Yeah, because I can't shoot shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm a good shot. Fuck you. What
Bullshit.
the hell are you talking about?
You shot the fucking target holder last time we went shooting.
Yeah, well, it looked at me funny, and I had to fucking tell it who's boss.
Okay.
I'm a
Mr.
great
Teacup.
shot, and I've shot the target holder.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have not.
I was aiming at it at the time. Don't ask me why, but it was planned.
Dave wanted to spend that extra $5.
He was
did.
planning on the ricochet.
Yeah, I was planning. I want to get some bounce in there, shit.
No, because when
It's Call of Duty.
Where
Just
we
bounce
went
the
to-
bullets.
no, because where we went to, you had the target holder, and then you had like another holder, and then the target.
Oh wow.
So he shot the thing that you had to pay extra if you shot it.
Yeah, and
How
I
much-
paid up.
how
$5.
much? It's $5.
$5.
I said, "Fuck you." Give me my $5. I'm like, I keep it now because you get to keep the target then.
Oh, that's cool.
You get to
So
keep
I
that.
got it in my trunk.
Why can't you keep the targets anywhere?
No, you keep the targets. That holder is what.
I got to keep the holder
Oh.
because you get to return the holder and not pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's cheaper to shoot there, unless you shoot the holder like I did. But then I get to keep it. And I can use it again. So it's
Yeah.
like it's $5. It's not the end of the world. You know,
Gotcha.
it was an accident. You know, it was lucky it was the holder, not you, that I shot.
Well, I was standing behind you, so You really couldn't shoot me.
This got really hostile.
Yeah, it did.
That was
Quickly.
actually another funny Big Bang Theory episode.
Oh God, we're going off the air.
Leonard tries to
Click.
like spice things up with Penny, just like to do something different, and he calls like her dad to find out what she does to let off steam. They go to a firing range,
Yeah.
and he accidentally shoots himself in the foot. He's like, please, I've played Grand Theft Auto. He's like, I can handle a gat, and he's like pulling this thing and goes to like he's like, she kisses him or something. He does something with the gun and shoots himself in the foot. Hilariously funny. They don't even get to.
That's
shoot
hilarious.
anything after
And then
that.
he loses his foot, right?
No, it's like
Oh.
it like grazes his like little pinky.
It's
toe or
fiction.
something.
It doesn't really hurt him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what is a great show? Band of Brothers.
I haven't watched it.
I did watch that a while back.
I bought it on
Can I borrow that extra set that you have?
it
It's
goes
mine.
to Dave once he gives
You
me
need to
beer.
watch Smallville, Brett.
I've watched the first season, and then I got bored.
Once again, power through the first season, man.
No, I watched the entire first season, and I got bored.
Well, it's a good show.
Arrow, on the other hand, is fucking phenomenal.
If you like Arrow is based off all
Yeah,
the
I know.
best things about Smallville.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
without all the bullshit of Smallville, no high school politics.
But no, yesterday I watched 6 of the 10 episodes. Right there, it's like 6 hours.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. No shit.
And well, it was my day off.
You're a
and
stockbroker.
I wish.
Not very successful.
But no, it's a great show. Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg produced it and everything, and it is a phenomenal show. Definitely check it out. Very, very violent, and the storyline.
Where does it take place?
World
World War II.
Okay, I don't remember when it takes place. so.
It's like Saving Private Ryan, but it's a series.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
very
much.
good.
Minus is saving someone. They follow the 101st Airborne.
There's a lot of like inner politics. I think you'd like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
There's
sure
there
it
is a
would.
storyline.
Oh yeah, there definitely is. Even though like each episode is like a different part of the war. Like
Gotcha.
the first one starts off they're in basic training. Then the next one is they start going to war, and then it just keeps going through.
Gotcha.
And like it's cool because they get some of the World War II vets that were actually there to kind of like before the episode actually starts to say a little bit about like the episode. Like one of them's like, oh yeah, this guy was a douchebag, or like they'll say I don't know how he got out alive when all this shit started happening, and you're like, well, what happened? And then the episode actually shows you what happened. You're like, oh shit, how did he get out alive? Like there's one where they come up to like a
Ass.
there's one where
Just tweets me. Band of Brothers. Watch it sometime.
Nice.
no, we definitely got to have a mandate where we just watch like Band of Brothers or something.
First, we have to watch Sherlock. Then we'll watch Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
No,
Agreed.
first we got to go through all of the Star Wars movies. I got that too.
I'm okay with that.
I'm plowing through House right now.
Good show.
I'm just
What
about
did you
done
do?
with season
Rent
4.
a bulldozer? Just get through.
I'm
I
working.
can't believe you didn't watch that when I was in the air, man.
I never really watched TV. at
I only
that
started
point.
watching because of the medical stuff, and then I got hooked.
yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
phonics.
I'm up to where he just got his second team, where he's got Olivia Wilde.
It's
Cal
lupus.
Penn,
When I was in
and-
my
yeah.
sophomore year at college, like it was very difficult for me. I was working a lot more than I am now, and I got hooked on Burn Notice.
I love
And
that show.
Well, no, I used to love that show. Now it sucks. I'm sorry.
Well, the final
Yeah, it sucks
season
now.
airs in like 2 weeks.
yeah,
It's
I'm
like-
sorry. It just got
I'm
way.
up through like halfway through season 3, and then I picked up House. Burn knows it. He's an awesome character though. In
The
beginning.
first couple seasons are great, and then they got this weird Vin Diesel looking character, and then
Right.
the story just carries out.
I
into
heard
nonsense.
after the
What, was he
fall of
gay?
after the fall of Sam Axe is when I heard it took. a
Oh,
turn
the
for
made for
worse.
TV movie.
Yeah,
yeah,
is when it got weird.
yeah. You think anything that's a made for TV movie that I'm not in is bad? That's the rule.
But, no, anyways, back to Band of Brothers. They come up on like a whole platoon of German troops after like they go out at night, like him and probably like 30 guys. They go out because at the crossroads, and because there's a report of German troops there, and so they go out at night and they see them and they fire upon them and back and forth, and then like next thing you know, they cut to morning, to where the Allied troops like wake up and they rush this hill because the Germans are on the other side, and there's a whole platoon of Germans, and somehow I don't think they lost anyone, but they took like 4 or 5 wounded out of this whole platoon of Germans. Only 4 or 5 got wounded,
Wow.
Yeah, we got to watch the show. I hear it's
and
pretty
they
good.
just wiped out this German platoon.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Is it like Inglourious Bastards where they just kind of just beat the shit out of everybody?
No, this is like I have my M1 Garand and machine gun, and we just plow through them.
That's awesome. I want to watch Inglourious Bastards now.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
I like that movie a lot.
Christoph Waltz is just phenomenal in that movie.
I didn't really care for his character in that movie as much as I did in Django.
I haven't seen a movie with him that I didn't like his character.
Django
Well,
was badass.
I like
Haven't seen it.
I like his character. He wasn't my
It's
favorite.
on
I mean,
Netflix.
Lieutenant Aldo Rain is my favorite character in Inglourious Bastards. And Hugo Stiglitz.
Yep, Stiglitz is awesome in that movie. It's a great movie. All right, we got anything else?
I
that's
think we
about
should
it.
probably coming up on 2 hours.
Just
so.
about. So we're close to there. Well,
So,
thank you.
so what we've come across is watch Band of Brothers and watch Star Wars
And watch Sherlock
And watch Sherlock.
and Doctor Who.
and Big Bang Theory,
Thank you, Edgar,
and
for
Dr.
coming
Who.
on. It was finally good to meet you and realize you're a real person
and not
And
a
a-
figment of my
and
imagination.
a pretty cool person that we'll definitely have on more.
Yeah, I
Um,
welcome on as long as I'm invited.
Next
Definitely.
Thursday for science.
Yeah, exactly. You definitely should be on
That's
for that.
still waiting for a final confirmation on that. But John Zeller will be on an episode of Science very soon. He's at a robotics competition right now.
That's
which
pretty
is
awesome.
pretty awesome. This
Yeah.
kid, I think he's like 19 or 20. He worked on the original Mars rover project. He was like an intern for like
That's
them or
great.
something. It's insane.
Yeah, it'll be a fun show.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
So that could potentially could be next week. Otherwise, it'll be Brett, me, and probably Edgar next week. Andrew's
I
gonna be off.
might not be. I don't know yet.
It's gonna be your birthday.
Edgar. Yeah.
Andrew turns 26.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's your birthday. So
I will
next week.
come in my birthday suit.
So happy
Please
bir-
don't.
Please don't. Yeah, no, because we will not have a show. So happy birthday.
Although
next
Jessica
week, yeah.
Kinney would probably like that.
She would, because she wants us to do a show.
She
pantsless.
wants a pantsless show for some
Yeah.
reason.
She's got to pay us first.
Yep.
That's
I was
something
just
with-
Some of
gonna
that
do that next
VH1 money.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not okay with that.
What, no pants?
It's all under the table.
yeah, literally.
It looks like I have no pants to begin with.
Exactly.
So.
Looks like you don't have a face the way that boom mics or the
I like
boom
the boom
stand sits. No, he's like Wilson from Home Improvement.
I do like that you have the fanciest boom mic.
Yeah.
He does. Those are really expensive, so I don't want to buy
Really
two
expensive.
more.
Yeah.
They're like $100 a piece. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, I'm gonna hold off on buying the 4 of them for us.
Yeah.
I do eventually want to do that. I just haven't spent the time.
We need to
do
get
it.
them ceiling mounted.
We need to get sponsors.
Yeah. Well, if you go to geekify.tv and click on the On It banner, we do get a little piece of that money, if you know what I'm saying. And we are getting some money from that at
Yeah,
least.
we are.
And that
see what
helps.
you did there.
But yeah, exactly. It's Edgar just served it up for us.
Getting some money. They were trying to find some other affiliate programs to work with as well.
Yeah, we're always looking for sponsorships and
We're
shit.
kind of evaluating a few. We wanted to really do Audible because Dave uses Audible a lot. I prefer to actually read. But, no, to each his own. I've tried audiobooks. They
The
don't
problem
work
is
for
I
me.
I use my eyes so much at work for reading
Yeah.
prescriptions and labels. Like my eyes are
I
so
read code all day.
tired.
Believe me, I know the feeling.
Yeah, exactly. My eyes are dead by the end of the night. Like I it's very, very difficult for me to read when I come home from work. So listening to an audiobook is a great way to bridge that gap.
Yeah, but apparently Audible, if you live in the state of Illinois, their internet taxing laws are so ridiculous
I
that
did
you
hear
can't
that.
you
Yeah.
can't use they can't work with you as an
Right.
affiliate.
But we still love Audible. I
Yeah.
still use the fuck out of them.
Oh, yeah,
You
you
know,
still
they're
use
great
it
freaking program.
I just have a hard time retaining stuff unless I've read it myself.
Right.
I've tried
I sometimes
audiobooks
have to
a couple
rewind like 5 minutes because I'm listening to it. I'm like, what the fuck's going on in this book? But
Where you just space.
yeah, you space out, and then you're like, I need to concentrate a little bit more on
Yeah.
that. So
I've done that a few times in Common Sense or even the history one from Dan Carlin.
exactly, do that with podcasts too. I zone out with them. So, but yeah, go click on that shit. Thank you again, Edgar, for coming on. It's been a blast. It's been fun nerding out with you. Big Bang still sucks. So
You said the same thing about How I Met Your Mother. And
I
you
did,
love that
and
show.
I said the same thing about Doctor Who, and then I am in love with that show. So I have a bad track record of hating things at first and then absolutely loving them eventually. So it might
like
happen.
Joe Rogan.
Just like the cat.
I didn't never hated Joe Rogan.
know. I was
I
just
love
busting
Joe
your balls.
Rogan, bitch.
What did you say? You wanted to be an Eiffel Tower with
No,
him and Kevin
Wobbly.
Smith?
If Kevin Smith and Joe Rogan came in here, no homo, I would go Wobbly H because that'd be
Wobbly
the
H.
greatest fucking story to tell on the podcast. And those two are basically my biggest heroes in the world. Joe Rogan and Kevin
Wobbly H.
Smith.
The Devil's Threesome.
Yes.
The Nasty Three.
Yeah, I know
If
what
they
it
were,
is.
if they wanted to, I mean, I wouldn't be like, "Hey guys, want to fuck me?" Like that would be weird. But I would be, I'd probably be like, "Hey, how you doing?" First,
I'm kind of mad.
Dave,
when we
Dave
went
would
and saw-
instantly just drop trowel in the middle of the room and bend over.
Is that why we didn't go shake Joe Rogan's hand?
because
when
I
we saw
was
him?
afraid I would just start sucking his dick. I would just be like,
I'm kind of mad
no.
that we didn't go meet him. I wanted
Yeah.
to shake his hand, and I'm kind of mad that we
I
didn't.
kind of want to meet Kevin Smith. I kind of.
I really do want to meet.
Yeah.
The comic
He
book
was at
store.
C2E2. He
Yeah.
did an evening with Kevin
I
Smith.
shook John Scott's hand.
The next,
Wow.
do you know who John Scott is, right? Okay. The next time Rogan is in town in Chicago and we go see him, we'll go meet him for sure. I will.
because I was supposed to give him a thumb drive with all of our shows.
Yes, we didn't have that with us anyway.
Yeah, and
so.
I forgot.
Yeah, I do want to meet him and and shit like that. But yeah, because he's one of my personal heroes. He's part of the reason.
You're not gonna pull a Kevin Smith and be like, he's Gretzky. I don't want to meet him.
I thought about that, but no, I think I do really want to meet him.
I think Rogan would be one of the better guys to meet.
He's more of a real dude,
of
you know.
your heroes.
I would meet Kevin Smith too, for sure, because Kevin Smith's just fucking funny as fuck. So I mean, I love listening to all his podcasts and shit.
I would just
so.
hate to meet him, and he's like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, that's the
would've-
concern. Is you're
Yeah.
like, what if he's a douchebag?
we
you
need
know?
to give him a thumb drive and a Geekify TV T-shirt.
Exactly. We
I
need to
don't
make
think
it.
Rogan would be the douchebag. I think like if it was like Ari Shaffir or something.
I can see
I
Ari
can see Ari
being a
Shaffir
douche.
being more.
It
like
depends
that.
on the time.
He
If
was
you're-
funny as shit.
Yeah, he
though.
was.
I think if you're meeting them post show when they're sitting at a table meeting everybody,
Yeah.
it's different because they're nice to everybody. They're not going to be douchebag to anybody. But if you're like walking down a hall and you see them, that's when they could be like, "Whoa, buddy," you know. Especially if I meet them, you know.
Yeah.
Because you'll be like, "I'm a big fan of yours."
They would
Womp,
Take off your
womp.
pants.
David just instantly bust out knee pads. From
I'm not gay. I swear. I love women, but I
Let
will.
this happen.
Just go with it. Just go with it. Just
Exactly.
relax. I'll take care of everything.
Yeah, exactly. I'll help you out. Put a finger in his butt and stuff. I got to massage the prostate.
No, not in the butt, around the hole.
Right, you gotta just loop it around there a little bit. I wouldn't go ass to mouth though. That'd be weird. You never go ass to mouth. But on that note, I am Dave Mankoff.
I'm Brett Kaminsky.
Andrew Nopinski.
And I'm Edgar.
Oh, and this is the show. Goodbye.
Dave is gay.
No, he's not. He just
That
was
sounds
like
like
Rogan's
you
dick.
came.
Gay.
Oh God,
Gay.
not gay. I love women,
Gay.
but I would suck Joe Rogan's dick.
Gay.
But I love women.
Gay.
Bye.